Good evening, welcome aboard. This is Dolynny TV, friends. We are set up for what is going to be hopefully a lot less of a chaotic ending today. Day four of the World Juniors. When it comes to Group A, as compared to what has happened today, in case you're just tuning in today, well, oh boy, you thought Canada losing to Latvia was something. How about today's action? Finland winning in overtime over top of the United States. I'm sure the bracketology will all be broken down for us, but what an absolute wild turn of events again here for Pool A, which just continues to see wins, losses all across the board for every which team. Germany today coming into action against Canada 0-2. Canada won and a shootout loss. And obviously trying to match up there with Finland and the USA, who both have 2 wins and some sort of loss here in Group A so far. Now, what else is going to be very important for Team Canada is you win today, and then you go into that New Year's Eve matchup where I don't even know if it's a given that the US is going to win anymore, given the fact they lost today to Finland, and given the fact that really they didn't run away with that game against Latvia either, 5-1. It'll be very interesting to see if Team Canada can come away with an effort that wins them the hockey game as well. I know Canada going with some possible line changes today as well, so there is a whole bunch of chaos in a group that should have been, given what happened on night one, Team Canada beating up on Finland, shutting them out 4-0. It should have been straightforward. This all should have been simple. This all should have been something that we should have been able to go, you know what, it's going to come down to Canada versus the USA on New Year's Eve, and away we go. We're good and fine and dandy and everything's easy. Well, that's how it looked following Boxing Day. It is no longer the case here in Group A, as, I mean, chaos. Chaos is truly the only word you can use to reign here in Group A so far. It's been absolutely awesome to sit here and watch this World Juniors develop game in, game out. Obviously, the other day there, Latvia falling to the US 5-1 yesterday. Czechia beating Kazakhstan 14-2 again. Yesterday was kind of a day where probably a little better day to live stream the Edmonton Oilers than it was to live stream the World Juniors. Today, the Oilers falling, 4-3 to the Anaheim Ducks, falling 4-3 for the second straight day down in Southern California. That one embarrassing more so than yesterday. And in the World Juniors, we've had quite a day as well. A lot of tight games. 3-1 for Czechia over Slovakia. And then you've got Sweden 7-1 over Switzerland, or 7-5, over Switzerland. 4-3 Finland over the US in overtime. And tonight, you gotta figure, for Team Canada, you gotta figure they've got the victory in hand if they come up with an effort that actually earns them the win, right? That's where I think the effort level was there against Latvia. It's just the finishing and getting it past a goaltender that was to not be denied in that game. I mean, Feldbergs came up with a similar effort against the US, a 5-1 finish for Latvia against the high-powered US offense that we saw earlier in the tournament. That's a pretty good showing, and somehow still hung around there just enough to make it competitive in a 5-1 score. So looking forward to seeing what Germany has for us today. Obviously Germany 0-2 here on the tournament so far, so looking for a little bit better of a go today. I don't know if it's going to come against Canada, who is looking to rebound following that loss to Latvia. With that, I say good day to you, friends. If you're just tuning in, thank you for being aboard here on the channel today as we get set up for day number 4 of the World Juniors. That is, if you've just been listening along, pretty much the recap as it goes here for Team Canada and everybody else in Pool A. I know Pool B is a little bit more straightforward, as it looks like Sweden and Czechia are kind of starting to win up some games, but it's been very rocky and very, very bumpy here in the Canadian group this year, and that's been an interesting kind of sidebar to what was supposed to be really just a New Year's Eve showdown against the US for Canada that would determine the group. It still very well will. I mean, Canada's got to win tonight to kind of allow for that, but I assume with all straightened away here by the time we get to, what is that now, Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. What do we got for games tomorrow? Maybe we should check that out, as we've got Latvia versus Germany and Kazakhstan versus Slovakia tomorrow as well. So very well possible that it'll factor in that it comes down to Canada versus US in the action. I think Finland will have to play Latvia, or else Germany on New Year's Day, New Year's Eve as well. So there could be something there to it for them, although they have a regulation loss. So I think whoever finishes with the win in the Canada-US game, as long as Canada wins today to set up 2 wins in the tournament so far, one would assume that's who ends up taking home the victory in the groups. So looking forward to this one being a straightforward, straight game, no nonsense, no messing around here from Canada. Go out, shoot the puck, score the goals. The US did it against Germany. You're going to have to do it too, and ultimately go out there and win today's hockey game, or else the group just like that slips away from you. So I know I mentioned there in the pregame for Latvia that I thought the Latvian goaltender could steal the hockey game and that Canada could have some trouble for themselves in that game. I don't even want to put that on today, as this has been a tough turn of events here, losing to Latvia, and hopefully for Team Canada they've learned their lesson and decided to just start pounding the puck on net. I know Canada has been kind of criticized as maybe a team that's more able to pass the puck than shoot the puck, but again, you've got some of the best, not the best, we know that, but some of the best players in the country that, again, at the international level against a team like Germany should and will hopefully produce a result against Germany. So we'll see what that ultimately looks like. But again, as we get going towards action here this evening, friends, looking forward to having you along for what should be a good game. Again, I was going to stream the Oilers game today, but unfortunately, I just kind of woke up to the fact that it's a good afternoon to just slow down, relax, and not take things all too seriously. So sat down, watched the hockey game, watched a bit of TV this afternoon. Here we are now getting set up for the World Juniors, in which should be the actual serious part of the day. Again, maybe actually get to watch a winning effort, unlike the Edmonton Oilers earlier in today's action. So stay tuned. Canada, Germany, as we get going. Matthew Schaefer out of the tournament as well. If you haven't found that news out yet, yeah, Matthew Schaefer, after running into the post, broke his collarbone, and well, guess what? That is going to put him out of action for a lot of his draft year. But for Team Canada, it leaves a huge hole both offensively and defensively. Matthew Schaefer was looking absolutely unbelievable in that game against Finland, and I think that's something that's very not so talked about here in the loss against Latvia. Is if you have Matthew Schaefer in that game against Latvia, you probably win by a couple of goals. That is just how dynamic that young kid is, and unfortunately losing one of the 2 cage wearers for Team Canada is going to have long suffering consequences here in the tournament. Even if Canada could find a way to win gold, it will not be as easy of a path without Matthew Schaefer. Carter George, I expect to have the start for Team Canada today. I believe that's what I read over on social media earlier today. So when it comes down to that, is Carter George, I know going on the back-to-back, maybe they wanted to go with Vonkovic in net there on the 27th, but maybe they should have went with George. He had an absolute stellar game against Finland, and if you would have been able to play him against Latvia, I think as well you might not have seen the same result as you ultimately did. So we'll see if goaltending is a little bit more, not saying Ivankovic really screwed over Canada by any means, but saying that again, Carter George and Matthew Schaefer definitely could have changed the dynamic for Team Canada as they did against Finland. So we'll see if that indeed is the case here this afternoon, this evening against Germany, as we get going here around 5:40 again, probably a 5:40 puck drop. So we'll wait for that to get going here this evening. But yeah, obviously the Latvia game was awesome. It was a 4-hour long live stream that was a whole bunch of fun, but again, it was kind of tough in the sense that Canada, they just didn't come up with a result. And that's the unbelievable part at this point, is they just really didn't produce a result that should have won us the group pretty much straight up. Now, given the fact that Finland has lost to, or the U.S. has lost to Finland, and Finland also has the loss against us. So the math kind of complicated. Also trying to stay tuned here in this video. They've got the Why We Love Sports on TSN today. All the kooky out there videos about the world of sports over the past year 2024. I guess at the same rate we are closing out 2024 here as well. We'll be talking New Year's Eve on Tuesday evening as we get Canada versus the US in that matchup. So it'll be interesting to get that one all dialed up for what should be a really fun hockey game on that evening, as we are closing towards the end of 2024 and what has been an absolute storybook in a lot of ways here on the channel overall, as the Oilers have gone to the Stanley Cup final this year. And at the same rate, the Oilers gave us a lot to talk about over the course of the start of this season, really not showing up out of the gates. So it's been an up-down all-around year for the Edmonton Oilers. The off-season was absolutely electric, and now the World Juniors trying to close out on New Year's Eve with possibly one of the crazier finishes to group play that you can get. So looking forward to seeing how that all plays out, as well as we look for any news on anything here. Not looking very much here. This is where we're at. We're talking about possibly the finishing skill of the Bakersfield Condors coming in handy for the Oilers. The Oilers blow a pair of 2-goal leads and lose 5-3 to the Anaheim Ducks, a team they've owned. They just got 1 point on a 2-game road trip through Southern California. Rough go right there if you're an Edmonton Oilers fan like myself. And we got to see if the Oilers can kind of respond here over the next little bit as the season carries on. But in terms of Team Canada news, I think that was all available this morning as we got action underway here this morning in Ottawa. And then obviously the Oilers got going for the afternoon, and now Team Canada gets going here at 5:40 this evening. So looking forward to having your call alongside you here this afternoon, as Canada will take on Germany. Germany, one of the teams in the group that, the only team in the group that doesn't have a victory so far. And I mean, if Germany finds a way to win, that will throw a wrench in the entire group at this point, as obviously Team Canada has lost to Latvia, Finland's lost to Canada, the US has lost to Finland. It has been chaos in Group A so far at the World Juniors this year, and deservedly so, as you've had an upset of Canada by Latvia, and you've had Finland being beaten 4-0 by Canada, and then now Finland beating the US 4-3 in overtime today. So up, down, all around it as every team goes here in this tournament so far. Looking forward to it as you tune in, friends. If you've just been along for the chat so far, appreciate that. Obviously the pregame portion will last around until about 5:40. Then we'll have the play-by-play edition, as it seems like the nasal congestion and the cold and flu or whatever I've been battling seems to have worn off to some degree here. So looking forward to being back at full health by the time we get to New Year's Eve here against Team USA. Canada, Germany this evening at 5:40. I know everybody will say, well, it's at 5:30, but if you've been watching these World Juniors so far, puck drop for a Canada game doesn't start until 10 minutes after the clock strikes the half hour we're supposed to start. So, basically, Leon Draisaitl talking about the Oilers not having their best today, and everybody else on the Oilers social media trying to find a way to get going again. The first question of the night about if this is a live stream of the game or just commentary. It is just play-by-play commentary to keep you updated with what's going on. Again, in Canada, TSN owns the rights to broadcasting the game, so broadcasting here in Canada, I can't broadcast the game for you. A little bit of copyright legality issues there, so I'm not going to fight with those. But I will tell you, if you're in Canada this evening, friends, make sure to go tune on over to tsn.ca/live. I mean, given that the medal rounds are still yet to come, sign up for a membership for TSN. It's going to cost you $19.99 or something like that for the month. It's a 1 month membership, doesn't renew, all good kind of deals, and end up at the end of the day, guess what? You just get to watch the game, you get good coverage, it's TSN's official feed, and you're good to go. That would be what I would recommend. In the United States, it's on NHL Network. I think it's available on Hulu because of that as well. And then internationally, if it's available on the NHL Network in the United States, I believe it would be also internationally available on the NHL Network. So stay tuned, find your stream wherever you can, but obviously as well, there's a reason why you can't find a live stream on YouTube, as TSN has done a lot of work this past year to clamp down on the illegal live streams and really become an outlet that controls their broadcasts, similar to the NHL, as opposed to how things were before, where there was a whole bunch of shenanigans going around out there, where you could find a live stream for half the game and get taken down, and then all of a sudden everyone's like, oh, why can't I find that? Huh, that's weird. Because it's truly what people were doing, it was stealing, quite honestly. Copyright, intellectual property theft. So that's what you got going on there as we continue along here on the broadcast. As everybody on EST is just seconding Reed Wilkins' feelings on the Edmonton Oilers today. Obviously, the Oilers just, as Leon Draisaitl said, just not good enough, not our best today, and hopefully for the Oilers, they can find a way to produce more results as the season goes on. I know they're 21, 12 and 3 now on the season, but you needed to have a much better result here in Southern California than they did today against the Anaheim Ducks. So we're getting ready for Germany versus Canada here around that time, 5:30 p.m. 5:40 will be the official puck drop, but yeah, hopefully for the Oilers they get the action going back on New Year's Eve, and that will find us New Year's Eve live streaming here for Canada versus the USA as well. We'll be trying to finish that one off, as it'll be interesting to see if Canada can ultimately beat Germany today and then beat the US and win the group. That should be the path. I believe Finland, even if they win their next game against Latvia, it will not be the result they're looking for, as unfortunately for them, they have the regulation loss and will not be able to beat Canada or the US for top seed in the group. So Canada still a very viable path to top of the group, should they be able to win their next 2 games, specifically in regulation as well. So see what ultimately comes of that as we continue along here, friends, on the pregame edition. Just waiting to see if we have any news about the game last minute. Doesn't look like there is. Again, if you're tuning in for the first time since the game against Latvia, specifically early in the game against Latvia, Matthew Schaefer is unavailable to Team Canada for the rest of the tournament and for the next few months for his junior team, as he has broken his collarbone here over the course of that collision with the net following his rush to the net against Latvia the other game. So unfortunately for Team Canada, they lose far and above their best defenseman and far and above an important defender and goal scorer for them. That's the other thing, right, is he's their best defenseman overall, but there's 2 things that he was doing very well for Team Canada, and both are now gone by the wayside, which will make even winning this tournament twice as hard as it was before for Team Canada, which was a little undermanned to begin with, missing some notable names from the junior ranks this year. So as I continue to roll along here on the pregame show, friends, we're just about at 5 o'clock. I'm going to quickly run upstairs, and with that, tell you, if you haven't already had a chance, make sure to hit that subscribe button here on the channel, and I will be right back with the next portion of the pregame edition. All right, friends, the World Juniors pregame show beginning on TSN now. Appreciate you hanging out here along for the ride on the broadcast this evening. John, welcome in. And Mike, welcome aboard as well, as we got Team Canada in action against Germany this evening in a game that for Canada will determine their ability to win the group. That is not even an understatement. This really shouldn't be a game that determines everything, but unfortunately, it is for Team Canada following the loss to Latvia, a game in which, oh boy, you should have had. But again, Matthew Schaefer, like I'm saying, if you're just tuning in, missing in action now for Team Canada following his injury earlier in the game against Latvia. And now that will leave Canada with a sore spot in the lineup, where the defense and offense added by one Matthew Schaefer was so beyond anything else the Team Canada squad had, that is a huge, beyond huge hole for Team Canada to fill here in today's game. So we look forward to seeing how they do it here today, but obviously lots of Canadian fans mulling around the Canadian Tire Center. That concourse looks really small in the Canadian Tire Center. I think that's the first time I've actually seen the concourse in a long while, so it jogs the brain to say that. But yeah, looking forward to seeing if Team Canada has the ability here today to bring us a result in which they find the back of the net multiple times against Germany to win a hockey game. And hopefully they can do that, because they are in a world of hurt after losing Matthew Schaefer and desperately need to win today's game. So countdown to puck drop. It is 5:03 here Mountain Time. Local time in Ottawa, Ontario, it is 7:03, which means puck drop is scheduled for 7:40 Eastern, 5:40 Mountain Time, as we get going towards things today. Obviously, you see me in the Oilers gear today. The Oilers losing 4-3 to the Anaheim Ducks this afternoon. An embarrassingly low event effort from the Edmonton Oilers, and one that you would have figured they would have tried a little bit harder given their late dominance here of the Ducks over the past 8 or so games following that game against Dostal in Edmonton a few years back. So as we currently sit, friends, we're waiting for today's hockey game to get underway. We will be having the play-by-play for you around 5:40. Obviously, cannot show the game due to copyright material here in Canada belonging to TSN. So I'll carry you through, as it seems like the nasal cavity has kind of lost a little bit of sinus pressure there from the cold and flu going on here over the Christmas, Boxing Day holiday break. Well, we're looking forward to getting things going, as Team Canada, I believe, are in the red uniforms today, actually, for today's action. So that's a bit of a different look as we get things rolling towards puck drop, as Mark Masters is rolling through the broadcast here for us, as Team USA standing atop the division with 7 points, 18 goals for, 9 goals against, a total of 9 in the plus column. Team Canada 6 goals for, 3 goals against. So again, a plus 6 in the goal column today for Canada would complicate things alongside a win for the US, and really ultimately lead up to what would be an incredible showdown at the World Juniors here, as Team Canada does have that overtime shootout loss. I think the overtime loss counts towards the tiebreaker for Team USA, so Canada's got to go out there and win tonight and then beat the US in regulation to leave them at 2-1-1 on the tournament. Of course, Finland doing us a little bit of a favor today. Preferably maybe the United States winning the game would have done us a better favor, as we have to now beat the US to win the group, or else finishing second place may indeed be a little bit of a challenge, given the fact that even if we win today, Finland still can win and finish with 3 wins in the group, and that leaves us in the 3 hole. So we'll see where that all leads as the night goes along here today against the Germany side. Germany 0-2 on the tournament so far. They haven't really had much luck in the tournament, I believe, facing the US and Finland here to begin action for them. The US beat them 10-4. Finland beat them a little bit closer than that, but it'll be interesting for Germany to see if they can kind of capture some of what Latvia did well against Canada and try and use it against us, as well as Team Canada's in a little bit of a world of hurt following that shootout loss to Latvia, and that embarrassing shootout loss in which, again, maybe a different goaltender, a healthy Matthew Schaefer, or just some of the guys that across junior hockey can score goals at an elite level for Team Canada that aren't here being here could have changed that result in a hurry. Of course, the selection process came down to Dave Cameron had a prototype of the team he wanted to run in his head. He got that team out of selection camp, and that is why this team is running the way it is here this year. So we'll see if Dave Cameron, who's won a couple times over at the junior level, I do believe, we'll see if he is capable of doing it here again for Team Canada's Nicholas Baudouin, I believe, is at the top line position for Team Canada today. Not Nicholas Baudouin. Why do I keep saying that? No, what's his name? I'll have to get that back to you. But yeah, obviously for Team Canada, they're looking to get things going here against Germany this evening. We are about 33 minutes away from puck drop for action today. It'll be a 5:40 puck drop. I know game time is scheduled for 5:30, but again, that is kind of when the broadcast gets underway. And Canada versus Germany, projected power play unit for the Team Canada squad: Sam Dickinson, Cal Ritchie, Oliver Bonk, and then Easton Cowan and Berkeley Catton. So again, why Oliver Bonk wasn't in the position he is kind of accustomed to in the bumper. He talked about it earlier in the weekend. Again, they're going to now allow Sam Dickinson to quarterback the power play. It should have been Matthew Schaefer quarterbacking the power play, but whatever. They'll allow Dickinson the time, and Schaefer out of the tournament, obviously injured, so we can't really say that he would help very much at this point, although given the fact it is kind of one of those things where you would assume that Matthew Schaefer, even at 50%, would probably be better in that Latvia game than some of the effort we got from some of the other D-men, taking some untimely penalties and making some goofy mistakes as well. Benjamin, to your question, is the game going to stream here for free? Unfortunately, the game cannot stream here for free because the TSN Sports here in Canada, owns the rights to the broadcast. So if I stream it, I'm illegally kind of copyright stealing their material. Again, that would be the explanation there. It's not exactly a legal thing to do. And for a guy that runs a YouTube channel, feel free to go check out the rest of my content here across Dolynny TV. It's not exactly something I feel like running into with copyright laws. So, Terry, good evening to you as well. I dignify the comment, but I think I don't know if I want to even touch base with what's going on there with that one. So, we continue to wait for today's action to get underway. We are now just about half an hour away from puck drop in Ottawa at the Canadian Tire Centre. I know technically it's Canada, Ontario, that the puck drop will take place at, but you get where I'm going, as Ottawa hosting the tournament this year for the IIHF. And friends, give me a second here to step aside as I just feel a little sneeze coming on. All right, there we go. Dealt with that. That's, again, the joys of being sick around the holidays, is just fighting off some of the stuff that all of a sudden hits you like that. But we are battling here, friends, as the World Juniors coming towards the end of group play. Obviously, Tuesday night, we get the action against the against the United States, as obviously things will be interesting to see if Canada can win tonight and then win again against the against the German side and then against the US side. Sorry, just dealing with some stuff on my phone here, but yeah, sorry. Lost my train of thought as James, after the garbage game and Latvia beating us, is there even a point in watching tonight? Well, again, is the point when watching would hopefully be watching Team Canada go out there and win a hockey game this evening against Germany. Obviously, if they don't, they're going to be in a world of hurt, that's for sure. And if they do win, all of a sudden it gets a little bit interesting as Team Canada can then go out there and beat the U.S. and win the group. There's a lot to be asked in that direction. Finland, though, beat the U.S. today, so there is that as well. And Latvia, obviously, they're showing off the reaction following the loss against Latvia. It was a very, very heartbreaker for Team Canada and very heartbreaking for the nation to lose a game against a team like that. But yeah, I would say Team Canada, John, should win today's action. I think the rebound effort, changing the lines a little bit and trying to maximize the offense while also prioritizing getting good goaltending tonight would be a huge difference. Carter George, obviously the Team Canada starter. That's why he started against Finland and how he got the result 4-0 against them. So I would assume tonight you'll see a little bit better, more stable goaltending out of Carter George. I think Ivankovic there did a fine job against Latvia and deserved a better fate. But again, I think definitely you get Matthew Schaefer in the lineup for the full game and you have Carter George in net against Latvia versus the other variables that happen in the actual game. I think it's a different result for Team Canada full-heartedly. So as we continue along here, we are now just about 28 minutes to puck drop here this evening as we continue to get closer and closer as time goes along. Waiting for things to go as yeah, I don't know if there's anything else to really know about tonight's game. I know the lineup for the power play, if you're just tuning in, has been shuffled as well. That was shuffled to allow Sam Dickinson to take the quarterbacking position, and Oliver Bonk will take the kind of the bumper position for Team Canada. So he goes back to where he's more familiar playing there for his junior team. So we'll see if Team Canada can obviously deliver up some more results. We'll see if that's the case. Obviously the results were not there against Latvia, and that was very, very tough to watch. Again, that's kind of the shock heard around the world here over the past 48 hours in the hockey world is Latvia beating Canada in the preliminary round of the tournament. Again, if you had that on your bingo card here at the tournament, you were probably just being a pessimist about how poor the choice making for Team Canada's roster was, but ultimately pessimism turns out to be true as it ends up getting it going here. So that's where we're at. But Team Canada waiting to get things going here in action against Germany. Right now, Matthew Schaefer is still the leading point scorer for this team through 2 games. Again, Canada not exactly scoring a ton of goals in this tournament so far, so we'll look to see tonight maybe that changes against Germany and things can get going in a positive direction in that regard, as well as we continue to see Team Canada kind of just be exactly maybe what some people expected them to be. Again, every year I expect Canada to be good because that's just kind of the national expectation at the World Junior level, but again, we'll see if Team Canada can deliver on that here this evening. Matthew Schaefer, again, if you're just tuning in, out of action for Team Canada and his junior team the majority of the next probably 3 months with a broken collarbone. So an unfortunate happening there early on in the game for Team Canada against Latvia, and then the rest of the game kind of got away from them. But again, if you want to tell me Matthew Schaefer couldn't have made a difference in the Team Canada game against Latvia, you're kidding me, as Sawyer Minio comes in to play the game for Team Canada, as Porter Martone is scratched for Canada as well. So the lineup reads Carson Rekop in the top 13, drafted 50th overall by Seattle in 2023. At the 2024 World Juniors, he had 4 points in 5 games. And then the lineup pretty much reads Cole Baudouin, Ritchie and Cowan, and then McKenna, Berkeley, Catton, and Pinelli, Bradley Nadeau, Braden Yeager, and of course Tanner Howe, and then Cataford, Luchenko, and Gauthier on the 4th line for Canada. Again, this team should this evening. B, capable of scoring goals. A, because it's against Germany, and everything else. And Royal, when you go to get TSN for $19.99, or is the game on TSN Plus $8, I would tell you go get TSN for $19.99, because how many times do you have to pay that $8 per game to tune in the rest of the way, right? Canada, $19.99, so you pay out tonight for $8, you pay out New Year's Eve for $8, and the quarterfinals guaranteed, at least one would figure, for $8. That's $24 that you'd be paying out single games, whereas you could pay out $19.99 and catch hopefully the gold medal game with Canada in there as well. That would be my telltale for the year. As Finland, Leonards as well beat USA in a good game. Royal, I don't think TSN Plus has the game. Okay, that's the question. I don't think TSN Plus has it. I think TSN regular has it. That's kind of the actual stipulation. I forgot about the TSN Plus thing on the TV guide there. There's a whole different thing. I think TSN Plus is kind of how you're allowed to watch the digital NFL games, and as well the digital only NLL games. So that's what I'd tell you. $19.99 for TSN. That would be your best bet for sure. So we're closing it on puck drop here this year, this season, this evening. That would be the actual word. Sorry, I'm looking at the quiz and the thing on TSN, and they're talking about the time of year and all that when it comes to the World Juniors. So we are 23 minutes away from puck drop, friends, as we are closing in on action here this evening for Team Canada against Germany. It should be a very good game for Canada to rebound. Again, thankfully, you're not facing the United States right away. You face the United States on New Year's Eve, so you win today, and you go get things going here for Team Canada against the Germany side this evening. Germany's had a disappointing tournament for them so far, as they thought they really had a good effort against the U.S. Despite giving up 10 goals, they scored 4 against the U.S. side. I don't think anyone ever expected Germany to beat U.S. in the game on Boxing Day, but again, for them, they wanted to follow that up in a tough rest of the way through the tournament. And against Finland, I don't think they exactly followed that up, and they will be very much so in tough against Latvia. So definitely, if you're looking for somebody to finish last in the group this year, and very well might be Team Germany here in this tournament. So we'll see if that holds to be true, but we continue to wait for game action, as Finland did beat the U.S. 4-3 today. I guess to recap you on the scores since we last chatted on Friday or Saturday. When was it? Friday, I guess it would have been, yeah. Czechia beat Kazakhstan yesterday 14-2. The U.S. beat Latvia 5-1. And then today in action, Czechia beating Slovakia 4-1. Actually, that game's still going on. It's 7:50 to go in the third period. Sweden beat Switzerland 7-5. And then Finland beat the USA 4-3. So that's where we find ourselves here today. So very, very critical for Team Canada today to win the hockey game and then try their absolute best to beat the U.S. in the New Year's Eve game, because if they do that, they very much so can still win the group. Czechia is about to go undefeated, one would assume, beating Switzerland here in action today. And then you have as well Sweden going undefeated so far with a plus 12 goal differential. Sweden looking like the team we very much so thought they would be this time of year, and so far proven a lot of folks right with their play. So we are now 20 minutes away from puck drop, friends. I'm going to quickly run upstairs and grab a little bite to eat before we get things going. Again, if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing to stick around for the rest of the World Juniors. We'll be right back. All right, let's get back to this. My apologies, friends. Of course, joys of the game being later in the day. Of course, waiting for dinner, and dinner's getting close to ready. So my apologies as I try to grab some bites and try to grab a little bit to eat before we get to real action here this evening. We are waiting for Canada versus Germany this evening at 5:40 for puck drop. It's now currently 5:22. As again, if you're just tuning in, I want to stress to you this evening, Team Canada is in tough after losing Matthew Schaefer earlier in this tournament. So that's where we're at. Is we'll see if Team Canada can produce a better result against Germany than they did against Latvia. Hopefully, it all works out for us this evening, as there's Mr. Gibson, who had a couple of tough penalties in the game against Latvia. Hopefully everything works today. As rank, yes, if Team Canada wins today against Germany and then beats USA, they will still finish top of the group. So despite losing to Latvia, there is still a path there for Team Canada. They just have to go out there and get the job done. Beating Germany today shouldn't be near as hard as beating the US on New Year's Eve, but one would assume Team Canada still has to get the job done before we can say that. So we are waiting for puck drop here around 5:40. TSN getting things going here as let's see what else we got as we are waiting for things to go here, as I don't think there's very much anything else we need to know. Waiting for this one to get going. Sorry, friends, just trying to scroll social media here today. Yeah, this is where Chris Sheets of I believe, is he still with Kissing Country or whatever? I don't know if he is. Talking about the mom's trip for the Oilers, saying their dads would make them walk home after that embarrassing effort in Southern California. It was a very poor showing for the Oilers today. If you just tuning in and obviously not catching anything here on the channel today, it was a very, very poor showing for Team Canada, or for the Oilers, as I confuse myself, sorry. Yeah, the Oilers in Southern California in the back-to-back in the afternoon games just straight up embarrassed themselves. A poor effort against Los Angeles to secure a victory in the third period, and then a poor effort from start to finish all around, despite scoring 3 goals against Anaheim Ducks was kind of something there. So again, friends, if you are just tuning in, wondering if I will be able to live stream the game for you, unfortunately I can't. In Canada, TSN owns the copyright for the World Juniors, thus making it for someone like me, if I were to live stream the game, a little bit of a legality issue, a little bit of a copyright issue, and I really don't feel like messing around with that. So we'll see what happens here this evening for Team Canada in action against Germany. That is kind of where we're waiting for things here, as Canada versus Germany at 5:40 this evening. Matthew Schaefer, if you're just tuning in again, O to the lineup and O to the tournament for Canada, as Carson Rekoff moves into the lineup, and so does Sorminio for Team Canada. So new player on the back end, new player up front for Team Canada, as the lines are blended as well. Cole Baudouin goes up to the top line, and the fourth line gets Matthew Cataford full time. So we'll see if Team Canada gets going here this evening. We are closing in on puck drop around 5:40. We're about less than 15 minutes away, as Team Canada's somebody, or rather, is getting interviewed right now on TSN, as Mike Johnston, the assistant coach, 3 golds at the World Juniors for Team Canada, talking things over with Kenzie Lalonde on TSN as we wait for the action to officially get underway here, like I said, at 5:40. I'll have your play-by-play for you. Again, for Germany, if you're tuning in from that standpoint, a tournament that so far has been disappointing. Again, if Germany finds a way to upset Canada here to complicate matters further, is going to be really, really interesting in that regard as well. Germany, a good effort here tonight, could really move things around. Not that Germany would be able to get things going, but for Team Canada, They just got to avoid maybe a little bit of the trap game where this should and needs to be a victory, but gets things going here in the next little bit against the German side to see what ultimately happens. So we are waiting for things to go in Ottawa, as we will have kind of the game get underway around 5:30, and then puck drop officially at 5:40, as we have the anthems kind of after the game actually. So it's kind of interesting that way, where it's just TSN uses the 10 minutes to set up the game in case you're late to action. They give you a little bit of a 10-minute heads up. As this is Mark Spector trying to calm the masses about the Oilers losing to the Ducks. Again, it's not about losing to the Ducks. It's about how poor of an effort over the course of the weekend the Oilers have put things in. So trying to get things going here this evening, as both teams looking for a victory here in World Junior action this evening, as Canada and Germany enter the tournament's third game for each of them. 1-0-1 for Team Canada, and Germany 0-0-2 here on the tournament so far. Obviously, a overtime victory here would definitely not be ideal for Team Canada, because that I don't know if that complicates things. I think still, if you outright win against the U.S., it doesn't matter win-loss, win in overtime, win in shootout, win in anything. If you beat the U.S. and you beat Germany today, you win the group. It should be straight up easy to go, but we are still waiting for puck drop there, friends, as we are closing in on that 5:30 mark. We are just about to getting the broadcast going, I guess, on TSN, and then all of a sudden at 5:40 we'll have puck drop and I'll have your play-by-play for you. Again, if you are tuning in for a regular follower of the channel, would love to have you aboard regularly here talking about the Edmonton Oilers. So definitely consider hitting that subscribe button here on the channel, friends. As you see the jerseys behind me, I make no bones about it. Huge Oilers fan. The channel is pretty much dedicated and wrapped around the Oilers 365. There's a little bit of other stuff that you can find out around the channel as well, but definitely if you're an Edmonton Oilers fan, or at least a Canadian hockey fan that wants to find a source to keep up with the Edmonton Oilers, I would love to be your guy on that front, as this Edmonton Oilers season is looking to be shaping up as the same as the past three, where the Oilers have a real good chance to make some noise in the NHL playoffs, and I'm looking forward to it. So we'll see what the case is as we close in on puck drop here. I know you're just tuning in as it closes in on 5:30. Puck drop officially at 5:40 p.m. this evening. I will be unable to show you the game. I know for some of you I keep saying 5:40. I'm out here in Mountain Time here in Alberta. Again, if you're out east here in Canada this evening, it's 7:40 puck drop for you. My apologies for not making that clear, but yeah, David, welcome aboard, as we're good to see you, David, actually, as it's still a 0-0 score. The puck has yet to drop in action tonight. Canada versus Latvia. It was a bit of a movie. It was a 4-hour long affair between those two teams here on the channel on Friday night, and unfortunately things are still kind of waiting for Canada to get in full gear here in this tournament. It was kind of an embarrassing effort there against Latvia, but again, losing Matthew Schaefer was a key piece of that. So we'll see what ultimately comes of it this evening, as Canada tries to get going against Team Germany here in World Juniors action. This evening, though, it's 5:40 puck drop between Team Canada, so we've still got about 9 minutes to go before things officially get underway in today's action. It was a absolutely unbelievable game against Latvia. It was probably one of the more incredible games at the World Juniors I've had the chance to live stream. I know we've had an opportunity to watch some of the overtime theatrics and stuff in the past few years, but this was absolute chaos, this Latvia Canada game, and the loss coming at the hands of Latvia is one of the biggest upsets ever at the World Juniors. So stay tuned and see what happens here against Germany this evening as we get closer and closer to puck drop, friends. Welcome aboard to Dolynny TV. Glad to have you this evening as we are waiting for action to get underway here between Canada and Germany. TSN just about to do their final prelude to the action, and then we will have things officially get underway here this evening. So we are waiting for Canada, Germany, as Ottawa, Ontario hosting the tournament this year. Canada, the Canadian Tire Centre, the main building for Team Canada this year. So Carter George gets the start for Canada, who will start 2 new players inside the top. They've got, I believe, 22 guys on the roster in the game. They've got an extra forward, an extra defenseman. Sawyer Minio gets an opportunity to be part of action today, as well as Carson Retkoff, who will be activated for this evening's game and start as the 14th or 13th forward for Team Canada. And of course, Sawyer Minio will start as the kind of quote-unquote 6th, 7th defenseman for Team Canada, as Bo Akey continues to hold down his lineup spot kind of as that Swiss Army knife when and where the coach wants to use him and get him going. So it looks like we are also closing in on I'm hoping so as well there, John. But obviously for the Winter Classic as well, that goes New Year's Eve down there at Wrigley Field this year, and it looks like the Chicago Blackhawks might be able to get some more pieces back in the lineup here. Other news around the NHL, you got to believe today as well, Alex Ovechkin scored a big goal to continue chasing down his record there that Wayne Gretzky currently holds. And as we go here as well, an important reminder, if you go to tsn.ca, you've got to buy the $19.99 per month subscription. Linda's making sure we mention that here on the broadcast, as you got to remember TSN Plus is kind of for the digital only football games and digital only lacrosse games that TSN offers, whereas TSN's regular channels are on the TSN Live app, and that is where you find the $19.99 subscription. Again, if you're in Canada this evening, tsn.ca/live is where you want to go to find this evening's action, Canada versus Germany on TSN. If you're in the US, you want to go to the NHL Network, or on Hulu is able to carry the game as well due to their partnership with the NHL Network. And other than that, internationally, NHL Network is your best bet. So no, Sportsnet Plus does not carry the World Juniors. TSN has and will continue for a long while to hold the rights for the World Juniors. It's kind of their special event one time a year. TSN really gets a big national audience, and that is for the World Juniors. So that is their big show every single year, and that is their big rights holding account for sure. So that is where you'll find the game, is over on tsn.ca/live here in Canada, as that is what you want to know ahead of puck drop. We are about 5 minutes away from things getting underway between Canada and Germany this evening, as Sweden has beaten Switzerland today 7-5. Czechia is beating Slovakia 5-1. So that is what you need to know, as Carson Retkoff draws in, Sawyer Minio draws in on the blue line as well. Bo Akey can't get that top 6 spot, but I assume if Minio looks a little bit in over his head, Bo Akey will get a chance. Scratched is forward Porter Martone, and Carter George will draw back in as the starter for Team Canada this evening. So keep that in mind as this game gets closer and closer to puck drop, as Carter George gets his opportunity to start another hockey game here at the World Junior level for Team Canada. We are about 4 minutes away from Canada versus Germany, friends. Thank you for being aboard here this evening, as I unfortunately cannot stream the game for you. Again, if you're just tuning in, I've said this a few times over, TSN owns the rights to the World Juniors here in Canada, which means they have the legal copyright on it, meaning some guy on YouTube live streaming it in Canada will run into a lot of issues if he so chooses to live stream it against the copyright laws that govern this country. So again, that is why I will not be live streaming for you. I will have the broadcast play-by-play edition kind of style for you here this evening. As we get closer and closer to puck drop, we are about 4 minutes away from things getting underway, as Coombe has it for you right there. TSN 4 on your cable has the game this evening. I believe TSN 1 will have it following the conclusion of Czechia versus Slovakia as well. Canada in tough to win the group, but obviously if they beat Germany tonight and then beat the United States as well, they will get things going. So they'll see what happens. As yeah, right now Latvia as well with 1 win in overtime, 2 points on the tournament. They really won't factor much into the victory path of the group, but yeah, definitely an interesting turn of events here today with Finland beating Canada in beating the United States after losing to Canada earlier in the tournament. Of course, they also beat Germany here earlier on. So it's been a topsy-turvy Group A this year, but Team Canada about set in the traditional reds to take on Team Germany here at the World Juniors. Friends, we are about 3 minutes away from puck drop. Give me a moment. Again, I will tell you, if you are new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. I'm just going to go blow my nose before we get underway, and stay tuned. We're about to get going here. Alright, my apologies for taking my time here today, but obviously still dealing with just a little touch of the nasal congestion. We are battling through, and we are about to get things going here this evening for Canada versus Germany. The game about to get underway here in the next 2 minutes or so as we wait for the official puck drop in this one. It has been a topsy-turvy tournament so far for Team Canada. Obviously a huge win to start the tournament, 4-0 against the Finnish side, and then obviously the results not speaking for themselves here against Latvia as a disappointing shootout loss, but we'll see what Team Canada has in store for us as the rest of the tournament develops along. As obviously if we can find a way to win today, that would brighten my spirits following the Oilers' loss today against the Anaheim Ducks. So stay tuned. We'll see where this Team Canada effort leads us this evening as we get close to puck drop here in today's action. Team Canada set to get going here against Team Germany, as Team Germany just chanced alongside their goaltender here to get things going. Just kind of tapping both goaltenders' arms, and Pertuck, I assume, will get the start here against Team Canada this evening, as the captain for Germany, I believe, just coming over to shake hands with the referee. The crew, as this will be Nico Pertuck getting the start for Germany. 0-1 record here in the World Juniors, 10.00 goals against average, 821 save percentage, as Team USA continued to pump on the shots. And Carter George, 1-0, 1000% save percentage, and a shutout in his little bit of action here this evening, as Tobias Arbstreiter will get the start going here this evening, as Dave Cameron will also man the duties for the bench for Team Canada here, as this one will be getting going here for us in just a matter of moments. They show the bottom of the scoreboard at the Canadian Tire Center, and if you're ready to rock and roll, Jet Luchenko is going to start the opening draw for Team Canada. Fourth line, energy line. Luchenko, the goal scorer as well in that Latvia game, gets us going this evening for Team Canada, as we start with a different look here this evening, as this will be a face-off. Down for Luchenko, battling off the draw. Germany will win it and fire it inside the Canadian territory. Puck comes along the wall. It actually hit the linesman, and we will have an offside at the line. So Team Germany immediately offside. 8 seconds into the hockey game as we get things going here in a 0-0 score between Team Canada and Team Germany. As you look at the bench here, a little bit of the nerves getting going towards tonight's game. Cole Beaudoin up on the top line for Team Canada, pushing and shoving off the draw here, as Cataford doesn't like something the Germany player did to kind of line up for that face-off. We're going to reset things here. Normally in the NHL, we'd be worrying about a little bit of fisticuffs busting out here, as now pushing and shoving off the draw on the other side as Gauthier gets going. And the linesman's going to get things going here again, as Team Canada and Team Germany not wasting much time getting to the disagreements out there on the ice, as both teams just about get the warning here that there could be a possible penalty if everything doesn't work out, as this will be a shot fired from center by Germany off the face-off. swallowed up there by George. The rebound in the near side worked out by Luchenko and Team Canada inside the Germany zone, in behind the net. Both teams crashing and thumping behind the net. Leads to Germany up the right wing, coming over to the near side, leading into the Canadian end. And Germany might be a little bit of a problem here for Canada if they continue to come with speed here early in today's action. 19:25 to go as the battle is won by Gibson, and Canada leads out of their own end as Cataford, as the fourth line changes, will just dump it in down to Pertuck, who will leave it there in behind his own net for the German defense, who are going to try and work out from behind their own net, up the gut to the far side, spinning it out of the zone and tapping it through the neutral zone right to the Canadian blue line. And turnover there, Ritchie leading in on net, fires the shot up off the blocker, as this one will go now to the far side. Dickinson will pass it near side now for Bonk, who leads off a tap in by Canada down into the Germany end. Germany will battle off the wall and out into the German bench, so we will have a stoppage in play with 18:45 to go. Definitely noticeable right off the gate here, the speed of which both teams are going to attack this game. And this one going along behind the boards there, another big hit, as they show some highlights here early on in the action so far, which is just containing the physicality that has started this first little bit of the hockey game. Ritchie firing that shot off the blocker of Pertuck, as both teams engaged early on here as the face-off to the right-hand side of the German goaltender. One back by Team Canada, fired down lower around the boards. It comes to the near side corner. Spinning off of it there was Tanner Howe, and Germany will lead out to the far side boards. A tip there goes into the Canadian zone in behind Carter George. Canada spinning a nice little play to the far side boards. It will lift out to center ice. Germany again reloading the attack inside their own zone. 18:20 remains here in the first period, scoreless so far. Germany through the middle, cut off by Canada, bobbles at the line. Germany regroups and will redo things here inside the German zone as they lift along the near side boards. This puck again kind of just bouncing up in the air a couple of times over here, at least inside the first 2 minutes, kind of stunning both sides as Germany to the far side now, firing into the Oilers, told you I'd make that mistake, Canadian zone, as this one comes up the far side as Germany will go along the middle of their zone. It's cut off there by Catton. In front, McKenna between the legs. Canada stopped in front. I thought Pinelli had tucked it home, but somehow that puck goes around the net or over top of the net, and Carter George will just play it along for Gibson, who will lead up. And Team Canada, an incredible effort there by Gavin McKenna, putting it between his legs to try and score that goal, but ultimately it ends up ending no result for Team Canada. Just 2.5 minutes into this hockey game, Germany forces the puck to the middle of the ice. Now Canada's starting away. Gavin McKenna, the pass over to Pinelli, doesn't come up with a result, as well as this one comes back now near side for Germany, firing it in behind the goal line of Canada. Gavin McKenna with the puck, tapping it over to a Catton. Good work by the German forecheck, coming up with that puck twice over the shot. Save made by George. We'll have a stoppage in play with 16:58 to go here in the first period of play, where both teams just getting their first couple shots on goal. And Berkeley Catton with a heck of a steal in front, and then there was a nice play there by Gavin McKenna to tuck it between his legs and kind of fire that shot. But unfortunately, the follow-up effort there from Luca Pinelli was just unable to cash that goal. So here we have it, the face-off now inside the Canadian zone. Luchenko back on the ice here for Team Canada as the face-off's won back by the secondary tap of the winger. It'll be worked out into the neutral zone. Luchenko on the fortunate bounce will set up zone time here for Team Canada. Immediately though, the puck misses both defenders and it goes back into the neutral zone on the tap out by the German end, as this will be picked up again by Bonk. He'll lead over now near side for Cataford. Cataford now going around to the far side as this will be picked up by Canada again. Back to the blue line. The shot loading up here for Canada. Bonk wires the shot. Save made right there. 16:27 to go. And Pertuck a couple of saves to begin the action tonight as Germany will lead to the middle of the ice. That will go to the far side corner. Picking it up now. An opportunity for Canada to get going back to the middle of the ice. They are turned over there by Germany. Another save by Carter George, picking it up at the blue line. Germany continues the attack. The shot wired through traffic goes wide of the net as Germany continues to ratchet up the intensity here. Shift after shift inside the Canadian zone around the face-off dot, driving to the net. Secondary opportunity, Germany denied by Carter George. Picking it up now, Gauthier trying to lead out into the middle of the ice to allow this fourth line to get a change here for Canada, as the little bit of pushing and shoving in the neutral zone. And a nice little play there by Carter George allows Bonk to roll it in behind the net to the far side. It goes turnover again to Germany here, as this one has just been a disaster here to begin the first 5 minutes of play, according to the plan that Canada should have come into this game with, as Cowan across the line for Ritchie. Ritchie dangling through a couple of German defenders, and it'll ultimately be held on by Pertuck, and now pushing and shoving in the Germany crease as Easton Cowan takes the net off and kind of pushed around Pertuck a little bit, and Cowan's down on the ice, as both teams came into this game with really a lot of we don't like each other, and it was evident off of the face-off following the offside just 8 seconds into the hockey game. So that's where we find ourselves right now, friends. Both teams ratcheting up the intensity early on in this game, and Canada kind of swimming around in their own zone, unable to have capitalized their only shot of the game so far, and still allowing a lot of turnovers inside their own zone. Germany took out George and kind of hit their own player on the way to shooting a goal into the back of the net. That would have for sure been a goal had there not been goalie interference and everything, as well as Pertuck having to evacuate the crease after a little bit of pushing and shoving here. Wonder if there's anything coming of it. Nothing there for Team Canada or Team Germany. So 15:22 to go here in this first period of play. The puck fired around to the near side. Canada's going to bounce off the check there of the Germany player. It'll be lifted back out into the neutral zone, cut off there before it could exit by the good work of the Team Canadian defense there, and this will now be behind the net in the German zone as both teams battle off the end wall. Ritchie loads up Baudouin at the blue line. Now to the far side it goes, as Team Canada will load up again, looking for an open shooting lane. The shot through traffic bounces off of Pertuck, again loading up. Here's Boakey now, spinorama inside the Germany zone, trying to keep possession of this puck for the Canadians as it goes Baudouin back to the blue line for Ritchie. Ritchie down the right wing, firing to the middle of the ice, blocked there as 14:40 to go here in this one, as this will be a shot towards Carter George, far side. Boakey spins it around near side for Sam Dickinson, or is that not Dickinson? That's I think I'm confused who number 6 is for Canada for a brief moment. Pardon me, as this one comes back, turned over there by Canada, as Germany coming back across the Canadian line, firing it down low, but George cuts it off again, as Team Canada still yet to establish the attack. How about this? A missed pass there is across the line. Canada trying to battle this one free. Can't do it there, as Retkoff out there, I believe, for Team Canada as well now on the ice. Here's a load-up shot for Canada, kicked aside by Pertuck. Minio gets it down low to the far side and coming near side again. Canada loading up the shot as the new guys get worked into the group here, is along the wall. Jaeger spinning off a check back to the blue line. The shot through traffic there. Price can't get it on cleanly. 13:41 to go here, as Mullendijk is number 6, as my brain finally registers that, as here's Price through traffic. Price looking for the pass to the middle for Jaeger. He can't do it again. I don't know why Braden Jaeger's Captain Canada when he doesn't really bring the offense. As Price back against the shot for Germany, as that one goes up off a stick of Bonk and out of play with 13:22 to go here to begin this hockey game. Team Canada, again, the effort level so far in this hockey game not quite matching expectations. Yes, did they just play a couple more shifts in the offensive zone? Sure, but you would have liked to see a lot more out of Canada to begin this hockey game, and still not finding the back of the net is quite a bit a level concern here, at least to be in action. Friends, welcome aboard. If you're just tuning in, glad to have you along for the ride here tonight. Just to say, we're going to try and see what the records are here. Last time out against Team Germany and Team Canada here on the channel is Canada versus Germany. See where we've led out the last few times. So we'll go back and retry that search as I mistyped. Yeah, it's definitely been a game where Canada needs more out of themselves here. Obviously following the effort against Latvia. And also don't forget that for Team Canada it was a very disappointing effort last time out in terms of losing Matthew Schaefer, right? Not only did you lose the game against Latvia, but you lost Matthew Schaefer in the process. So for Team Canada, they got to get going here tonight and find a way to start finding some guys to push through and score some big goals when this team needs them. as we continue to wait for that offense to break the dam and get this going here this evening for Team Canada. Sam Dickinson on the blue line for Canada, as well as Pinelli to the middle of the ice here, loading up Catton. Of course, Gavin McKenna back out there. He's been lightning in a bottle for Canada at some times in this tournament, but also a little guilty of being too fancy and doing a little too much in terms of passing instead of shooting in this tournament so far. 13:01 to go here in the first period. Germany across the Canadian line into the near side corner. Hard ride there by Dickinson. Puck goes around to the far side boards, picking it up. Germany fires it back down low. Dickinson will come up with this puck near side for Pinelli to the middle of the ice across. Now Catton quickly received that one and was able to dart into the German zone. Near side pass for the attack here towards the net, bobbles around, and Pertuck had swallowed that one away. And this one will be worked now by Canada again. Catton on side, gets across the Germany line, looking for a pass to the middle. He'll instead direct down low to Gavin McKenna. McKenna right in front, tried to tuck it on the post or off the pads there for a rebound in front for Canada. Couldn't quite do it, and hustling back now. Gibson gets the icing for Canada with 12:14 to go here in this first period of play. As Berkeley Catton doing his best here to get the game going for Canada, but Gibson and the rest of Team Canada really unable to do much with that zone entry there from Berkeley Catton, as Pertuck kind of just stuck that away with good tip of the blade, really. And for Team Canada, this has been a poor effort, at least to begin this evening's hockey game, in terms of looking for that response following the loss to Latvia. A win by Luchenko off the faceoff sets up Price. Price sees it come back down low for Rekoff. Rekoff will battle along the wall, trying to get things going. It will be worked past him, and to the far side it gets past Minio, so chasing after it. Here's Price again inside his own zone. Price will leave it along the wall, picking it up. Minio looking to get out from behind his own net. Stolen away briefly there by Germany, but a quick work there by Canada to get it across the blue line as it's turned back by Gauthier. Gauthier looking again through the center of the ice to get into the German zone. Again, Germany though standing tall at the line and just forcing it back down deep inside the Canadian territory. Is out to play it as Carter George. It'll be worked to the far side as Canada will see this one come back inside the German zone. Near side corner, still without full control of the puck, and Germany will work it back into the neutral zone again. Gibson bounces it off the boards. Germany directing it back to Gibson almost immediately, as this one's going to be tipped across the line inside the Germany zone again. Near side corner once more, and this puck battling along the near side boards as both teams tie up here, looking to come away with this puck. Ritchie over to Cowan. Cowan spinning off a check here. He's going to try and get to the middle of the ice for a shot fired through traffic, goes up over top of the net. And this one will be battling along the far side wall now, coming near side for Canada to pick it up. Easton Cowan dodges a check. He's hauled down by Germany. I don't think a call's upcoming, or is there? As a stoppage in play with the whistle blowing as soon as Germany touches it. With 10:45 to go here, Team Canada's going to have to get to the power play and get a result going. And this is again where Team Canada missing Mr. Matthew Schaefer, as Cowan ripping that shot. A good looking opportunity through traffic, and then got the kind of hold there on Musenberger for Germany, and that's a tough hold for sure against the German side, as he would like to not be guilty of that. As we all have a face-off inside the Germany end with 10:45 to go here in this first period to play. 2 minutes the power play time for Team Canada. Sumpf directing traffic around inside the German zone as the linesman holds things up for a brief moment. The referee yelling some directions there, as well as this face-off now for Ritchie, a big one as Team Canada wins it back to the blue line. Dickinson across over to Cowan. Bonk in the middle, as you kind of have that defenseman that's a little bit of a forward here on this power play as it's worked back to the blue line. Dickinson keeps it alive. Cowan onside for Canada, drags to the middle looking for the option. Again, Canada's also been guilty of not liking the one-time option from the blue line, as here's Catton over to Cowan, the one-timer. Bonk scores! Team Canada in the bumper position for Bonk, finds the back of the net. That's where he likes to be. He was talking about it, and there you have it. you have scored the first goal of the game, Oliver Bonk. 10:20 to go. Team Canada takes the lead 1-0 at the Canadian Tire Center. That is a huge, huge goal, as Team Canada's power play finally converts here in this hockey game. And obviously they would love to convert on a couple of chances against Latvia as well, as that was a good effort there by Team Canada. Open to the middle of the ice. Bonk presents the stick, and the one-time option is actually used on the power play, and it ends up back in the net on Pertuck off the far post, and inside the net it goes. So that's a big one for Team Canada, who now leads 1-0 here in this one, as that's going to be a huge goal to get this game started, and hopefully for Canada to start piling up the goals as well. They got about 6 that they need to get here in action today, as across the line, Team Canada getting started down the right wing. Here's now an opportunity for Price to drag to the front. The tap off of the stick just of Yager. Couldn't find the back of the net near side. It was open for a brief moment as Yager's trying to keep this onside. Can't do it. We're inside the final 10 minutes to go here in the first period of play. 4-4 the shots between Canada and Germany in this first period of play, as both teams starting to get going here early on, as Germany definitely had the better of the chances earlier, Canada more recently. As digging away is Yager, as the puck will be freed up to the far side. It goes inside the Germany zone, just high at that blue line there, turned back. Puck is rolling around on the stick of a German player. Nice little play after the check of Canada, and Canada able to come up with it in the neutral zone. So this one fired in to the German zone. 9:22 to go here in this first period of play. Far side boards. Germany transitions right up through the center of the ice, down the left wing inside the Canadian end. Battling it off the stick there. Gibson got it around to the far side. Tap play there. McKenna has an option wide. He's going to carry right up through the middle as Germany kind of parts the seas there for him, as McKenna along the near side boards trying to battle off the wall. Meyer took himself down but was able to separate McKenna from the puck, and now Catton trying to keep this one alive. Gibson's got it at the blue line. The shot fired towards the net goes wide again, as that'll be a battle along there for Molendyk as he gets swallowed up by the defense in the zone there of Germany, as they free up this puck, get it out, batted off the boards not once, twice down the ice, and it is ruled an icing call against Germany with 8:36 to go here in this first period of play. So there you go. Interesting as we continue along here this evening, friends. Thank you for being aboard here for the ride this evening. Appreciate you hanging out. I know maybe it's not what some of you were looking for this evening, but I do appreciate you being a part of it nonetheless here on the channel, as we look forward to seeing what Team Canada and Team Germany have for us the rest of the way home, as Cal Ritchie draws in for the dot. This one he loses, but try to win it forward is Baudouin for Team Canada. Off the battle there, Cowan throws his hands up into the face of a German player. No call up coming. Germany across the line will fire it down low, and George will come out and play this puck for Bo Akey, who will lead out from behind his own net. Here's now Dickinson. Dickinson across to the far side for Cal Ritchie, who will try and poke check it over to Cowan. Cowan along the wall gets erased there, and picking it up now, Baudouin. Baudouin will try and play this one in the middle. Here's Bo Akey. The shot ripped right cleanly in front, and here's some German player Kaiser going after Cowan as well, but that was a beautiful shot there for Bo Akey, ripping that one. But Bonk, the beautiful one-timer, gives Canada the lead with 8:03 to go here in this first period of play. Welcome aboard again. Like I'm saying, if you're just tuning in, we are just hitting a commercial break right now, so if you are new to the channel, friends, consider hitting that subscribe button and staying tuned. Team Canada should at least be guaranteed a spot in the quarterfinals, so hopefully at this rate we get in there and get going. And well, we have at least 2 more games to go at that rate here at the World Juniors. So again, if you can't find a live stream, I know this isn't necessarily what you're hoping for, but at least if you can't find a live stream, you can stay up to date with me and my nasal congestion and the play-by-play going along for the ride here. So we are waiting for this game to get back up and underway, as Czechia is 3-0. They will come up with the big showdown against Sweden to determine Group B, as obviously it has been it has been an incredible couple of weeks here for the Vancouver Canucks, as well as incredible couple of weeks for them in terms of falling off the face of the earth here, it seems. But yeah, we're talking about Matthew Schaefer now, as Matthew Schaefer will miss the remainder of the tournament for Team Canada after colliding with the post. Broken collarbone for Matthew Schaefer. He will miss significant time as well with his junior program. So a tough go there for the young kid who was set to have a fantastic tournament, went hard into the post, and ultimately broke his collarbone. So he would like to see a little bit better of a result there for sure for him at the World Juniors. But then nonetheless, Canada's got to fight through injury and get this going as Gibson near side pass. We're back to action here inside the Canadian Tire Center down there in Canada, Ontario, as this puck along the wall, picking it up. Cataford takes a high stick, and we'll have a penalty upcoming to Germany again. And that quick strike Canadian power play will get a secondary opportunity to do something with it here. 7:45 to go in this first period of play. Cataford's looking for blood. He doesn't have any, so we've got 2 minutes to go here in a 1-0 lead for Canada with the power play getting started. Kaiser goes to the box for Team Germany after the high stick right here catches Cataford up in the mouth area. He goes down rather quickly, and he was kind of off balance already, so it didn't make it hard, but definitely a hard hit there for him for sure. And now Team Canada has to respond with it, as Cataford looking, kind of feeling out the facial expressions, kind of feeling as if I smile, does it hurt? If I frown, does it hurt? What do I do? As Team Canada wins the face-off, Cowan back to the blue line here. Dickinson over to the far side. One-timer for Ritchie. He clubbed up on it and the puck stayed still, as here's now an opportunity now for Dickinson over to Ritchie. The one-timer for Dickinson. Wired just wide of the net. Cowan regroups the puck. Cowan will go down low to Berkeley Catton. Cowan looking again to the blue line for Dickinson on near side, as this will be an opportunity now for Cowan over now for Dickinson. Dickinson down low to Berkeley Catton, as this one back to the blue line, picking it up now. Cowan rolling for the shot, fire towards the net, goes off a body wide, as here's now again opportunity. Ritchie back to the blue line for Dickinson, over to Ritchie. The one-timer not coming, looking for the shot through traffic. Ritchie maybe looking for a bounce in front, couldn't get it going, as now the Germany defense doing a good job blocking the shooting lanes. Here's an opportunity again for Dickinson. Over to Cowan. The one-timer came. He spun on it. And the stop made by the German netminder Pertuck. So we have a stoppage in play with 6:44 to go and 59 seconds left in the play. As Kimo, welcome aboard. As this one definitely a tough go for the Edmonton Oilers today, that's for sure. But Team Canada up 1-0, so hopefully a better result for our young guys today here at the national level. 6:44 to go here in this first period of play. Team Canada got underway at 5:40 this evening, as Gavin McKenna out there on the secondary power play unit alongside Yeager, as this one across by Molendyk, back to the blue line for Molendyk again. Near side, McKenna looking to load up the shot. He will pass to Yeager. The puck will come back to the blue line, as McKenna has to just carefully carry it out of the zone. That's his safest play across to the far side. Puck now near side for Yeager, looking to load up the shot through traffic. Save made by Pertuck again. And here's Germany again, clearing the front of the net as soon and as quickly as they possibly can, as they really have not liked the Canadians buzzing around in front of the net at all here on the past few shifts. As friends, Team Canada trying to get things going here in this late first period. The shot through traffic off of a stick, save made there by Pertuck, as that one bounced off the stick and just kind of dribbled through. And big time save there for Pertuck, who has had himself a solid game. 7 saves so far, the 1 goal, the power play goal there for it. As Tim, good evening to you. McKenna fires the shot up over top of the net. 6:02 to go here as 16 seconds remain in the power play. The puck bounces off a couple Germany players, and it's ultimately worked back to the blue line from Molendyk. Molendyk across to the far side, loading up the attack. Here's near side. McKenna back to the blue line. Molendyk. Team Canada needs that right-hand shot at the blue line here, as this will be McKenna, the one-timer, steered wide as he stabbed that one off the back glass. As this again loading up McKenna, the power play over to the far side it goes, carried forward by Nadeau. Nadeau looking around the zone. He will carry back to the blue line. It'll be tipped out by Germany, And to the far side, boards inside the Canadian end it goes as wholesale line change is happening here. Nice play by Molendyke to leave it there for Gibson. Loading up now, Gibson through the middle of the ice. He's going to spin an edge, and that'll allow Germany to start back the other way. Good, solid form coming back in the defensive posture for Team Canada to force the offside there for Team Germany. That was a huge stop at the line, as that was a little bit of a stumble there for Team Canada as they got things going towards the German zone, and then Gibson just blew a tire and allowed Germany to transition quickly back. But good recovery there by Canada, stops a possible chance, and for right now we'll have a stoppage in play with just over 5 minutes to go here in this first period of play. Again, the goal scorer for Canada tonight is Oliver Bonk, who got back his regular power play position for Team Canada here this evening, and that allows him to kind of have the situation where he gets a goal and Team Canada gets a goal out of the deal, as well as, you know, Oliver Bonk with the goal so far tonight. He's got the shots on goal as well, and Easton Cowan his second assist, Berkeley Catton's first assist of the tournament, and Team Canada getting things rolling early on in the game so far. Again, if you're just tuning in, friends, thank you for being aboard. Appreciate you hanging out here on a sleepy Sunday night now as the World Juniors continue along here in Ottawa, Ontario. Canada as well out at the Canadian Tire Centre, as we look forward to having you aboard for the rest of the game if you so choose to hang out. Again, if you are new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button here as well. Would love to have you aboard for the rest of the tournament, as I know the play-by-play isn't maybe what you were hoping for tonight, but it's about maybe for some of you the best you can find out there on the internet this evening. As Canada back to action here, they fire the shot down inside the German zone, as trying to battle for it is Jet Luchenko in the fourth line of Gauthier and Cataford. 5 minutes to go exactly here in this first period of play, is battling along the wall. Both teams trying to come up with it. One back by Luchenko, battled there at the blue line, and one back by Germany to get it out of the zone as Canada quickly re-enters. Cataford trying to push to the middle, cut off by the German defense again. 4.5 minutes to go here in this first period as Gibson picks it up. He'll fire it back inside the German zone. It goes around the boards rather weakly. It just kind of slowly rolled around over there, and that will go over to the far side now. Canada picks up the puck, firing towards the net. Blocked in front. Another shot by Bonk. Save is made by Pertuck with 4:18 to go here in this first period of play. Friends, I'm going to take a quick second to tell you just how much I appreciate you hanging out here today. Just kind of a show of what you've done so far. As right now we are looking at 279 hours you've spent alongside me here through an hour and a half. Again, that's pretty crazy results if you ask me, as we go 4:18 to go here in this first period of play. Team Canada controlling much of the play since scoring the goal. Germany, I don't even think, has a shot since that point. At one point in this hockey game, the shots were 4-1 for Germany over Canada. They now stand 9-4 Canada over Germany, as the battle won at the blue line by Germany to get it out. But in the neutral zone, Canada quickly gets it back, going the other way as here's across near side. Puck is tapped to the high blue line. Germany exits the zone. No, they don't. They turn it over there. That kind of just stopped dead for a couple of players. And again, they turn it over. Here's the shot loading up was Howe. Player's helmet comes off for Team Germany. He's got to hustle the bench as Bonk trying to get this one going. He misplays it. Here's Germany down the lane, firing the shot. Save made by George. And then Canada, heavy collision along the wall. Gets it out of the zone again. 3.5 minutes to go here as the puck rolls down to Carter George. He'll play it to the far side. 30 seconds, 3:30 to go, and we have a stoppage in play here in this one. So hold up a minute. What do we have? The referees talking things over here with themselves, trying to figure out what they're calling or what the call was, as it looks like one of the Canadians is headed to the bench here, or to the box. Sorry, Dickinson will go to the box. 2-minute power play upcoming for the German team. With 3.5 minutes to go in this first period of play, the referees had to converse, and it looks like we're gonna have things kind of get going here, as I don't know, as the penalty is under review here. So not exactly sure. I didn't catch exactly what Sam Dickinson did here, but it appears he might have kneed actually one of the German players as he was turning around. He turns around and kind of gets the knee going to get going, and overextends maybe a little bit to draw some suspect review here as some takes out on the ice here after the knee from Dickinson. So that might be the reason for the call. That is understandable. As yeah, definitely interesting turn of events there for Team Canada, especially if this ends up being a 5-minute major here, as definitely 3.5 minutes to go here in this first period of play. 2-minute power play right now as it currently stands for Germany, but under review we're waiting for this one to get going. As yeah, I don't know what's about to happen here, as we're trying to figure out Carter George after that played the puck, but Dickinson, I think he's just guilty of turning around to go back and get the puck from his goaltender. Realistically, it shouldn't even be a penalty, but incidental knee-on-knee contact is the way I would view it. Again, I don't think that's the way necessarily the referees view it, but just kind of a tough blow there for Team Canada. Obviously, losing Dickinson, maybe 2, maybe 5, maybe none, as the referee's still trying to make the verdict here. Dickinson joking things over with the penalty box attendant. 3.5 minutes to go. Dave Cameron's gotten a lot of screen time here in the tournament so far, as Dickinson just kind of, he saw the player come, and it kind of looks like it. He was kind of guilty of getting the body contact in there, and the referee's going to skate to center ice and make the verdict for us, as it's an interference call. Okay, that's what it ultimately is here for Team Canada. 2-minute interference call with 3.5 to go, as they reviewed it for a 5-minute major for kneeing, but ultimately it becomes a 2-minute interference call. And with 3.5 to go here in this first period of play, Germany will get a 2-minute power play and their first opportunity in a long while to get a shot on the Canadian goaltender Carter George, as Dickinson goes for interference at 16:30, and we'll have a face-off inside the Canadian end, as this will be Luchenko drawing in. He scored a shorthanded goal last game against Latvia. It was the game opener for both sides, as Germany at the line protecting the shot through traffic, goes off the end wall, picked up by Gibson to work to the middle. Here's now Gauthier getting this one out into the middle of the ice. He'll fire it down low, and it goes in behind the goal line as Panoka, or I think Panoka is how you say that, plays that there, and it'll be played to the far side now by Germany across the line, tapping into the far side corner, battling there along the wall. Molendyke coming up with this puck for the time being, tying it up in there, as well as Howe for Team Canada, as both teams come off the end wall now. Germany leading that pile out behind the netminder, is trying to come out of the corner now. Germany back to the near side, along the near side wall, bounce back to the blue line. Here's an opportunity for Germany to play it off the wall, looking to the middle of the ice. Not really many options available, bouncing it back and forth along the near side wing. The shot loading up off the deflection of Gibson, making the block shot, as this one comes back to this near side. The shot loads up, save made by George, rebound effort turned aside by Carter George. Again, one of those where were you saves for the World Juniors, as he just dived out at it and made the save. Back to the blue line, loading up the shot, save made by George again. Up over top, it comes to the near side boards. Germany has gotten about 3 shots so far on this power play, as the puck comes back to the blue line again. Losing the handle, it was Germany at the near side blue line, but they are able to maintain possession thanks to a good second effort. Rolling down the near side, they're cut off there, right in front. Canada turned the puck right over, and Carter George had to be solid, making a key save right in front of his own netminder, or in front of his own defense that just turned over the puck, sorry. That was a key save for the Canadian netminder, as George kind of diving over, making that one save, and then this one here, I'm going to show the replay as he dives over with the stick, leaning on top of it to make the save. A key one right there for Team Canada, as this continues to be an absolutely wild period so far for the Canadians. They've had lots of good chances, but they've also coughed up some good ones to Team Germany as well. $1:44 to go here in the first period of play as the puck comes to the near sideboards for Germany, worked out by Bradley Doe, and this will be a foot race. Cataford against Pertuck. Puck bounces off of Pertuck and across the goal line and out. No way did that one miss. It just skirted the goal line and went wide. As here's Germany down the left wing. They'll fire the shot. It's blocked there by Canada. 3 shots on the last power play, dumping it into the near side zone as Germany goes into the corner to fish this one out and try to exit the zone. 3 shots for Germany. A good effort there. They'll fire the 8th shot of the game, the 8th save of the game for Carter George, who, again, I wish he would have started against Latvia given how he's playing tonight. But Pertuck just barely got bailed out there as that puck kind of hit the skates of Cataford, and he just couldn't outstretch the stick enough to punch that into the back of the net, as that would have been a beautiful goal to get us going here late in this first period. It's 1-0 for Canada over top of Germany. We've got exactly a minute to go here in this first period of play as Germany leads across the Canadian zone, wiring up the one-timer, not coming on that puck across the line for Germany. Down low instead, the puck comes to the near side, looking the shot through traffic. Save made by George with 51 seconds to go here in the first period of play, and both teams battle along. Sager getting going with 10-8 the shots on goal for Canada, as both teams have had a little bit of a physical edge here in this game. Both teams, Canada's had a problem with every single opponent they've played here at the World Juniors, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. A little bit of hate, a little bit of edge to your game is always good at the competitive level, and obviously Canada trying to fuel off that a little bit as well. So right now, both teams engaged in a good hockey game, but for Team Canada, they got to start finding a way to pull through here. 51 seconds to go in the game as this one's worked back by Bonk. Bonk works out in the middle of the ice. The puck bounces a couple of times, lands on a German stick. 44 seconds to go here in this first period as Germany leads ahead through the neutral zone off the skates. The Canadians, it's turned back, and we're going to have an offside once again. I don't know how they keep throwing themselves offside, does Germany, but they just did it again there, so we have a stoppage in play. And friends, again, a reminder, if you throw any vulgar language in the chat, I will delete anything, no matter what your feelings, right or wrong, are, as we have a penalty upcoming against Germany here with 35.5 seconds to go. Not exactly sure what that one was for either, but 1-0. The lead right now is this one's, a little bit of a punch to the back of the head of Tanner by Ruckdeschell, and he gets teed up for it. A little bit of an unsportsmanlike call or something right there, as this will be roughing against Ruckdeschell, as Team Canada a glorious chance to make it 2-0 before the end of the period. 29 seconds to go here as the shot loading up for Cowan will pass off to Catton across to the far side. Ritchie tries to tap that one down low. Nice shot fired there by Germany, and they are going to be whistled down for a 5-on-3 with 16.8, or is Team Canada taking the penalty as Niehaus draws a penalty there, a slashing call against Bonk, and we will have a stoppage in play with 16:19 to go here in this first period of play. So a $1.41 worth of 4-on-4 time upcoming for Team Canada as Bonk goes into the corner on Niehaus and tries to get that puck, but Niehaus beat him there and ends up being a slashing call on the left hand of the German player. Penalty kill in there for his side. So we'll have an opportunity here with 16.9 seconds to go for Team Canada to take a face-off inside their defensive zone and obviously come up with a good result here against the Germany side and kill off the clock before giving up a goal here late in this hockey game's first period. The puck is punched out to the blue line area. Germany keeps it alive for the time being. 10 seconds to go. Gibson's got to get rid of it here behind the net. He helps it alongside to Molendijk. Molendijk will work out to Luchenko. 3 seconds to go. Luchenko across the line. Passes off to Gauthier. The shot will not come. Germany will stop play right there. And for right now, friends, we will have a stoppage in play for the time being. I will be right back. I'm just going to take a quick timeout to go to the washroom and get right back. My apologies, friends. Just had to run upstairs quickly. We are back to get ready for what is now the intermission portion of today's hockey game. It's the first period intermission, that is. If you're just tuning in, I appreciate you being along for the ride. It's been a fun one so far. Team Canada, thankfully, we can say, is leading after one period of play, unlike they were against Latvia. The shots are pretty much staying even for Team Canada and Germany this evening. Sorry, I ran down the stairs, so I gassed my breathing a little bit there. But for Oliver Bonk tonight, he is the goal scorer for Team Canada that has gotten us to the 1-0 goal. Penalties, a little lack of discipline, a little bit of an issue here in this hockey game so far. Marco Musenberger took a holding call. Rio Kaiser took a high sticking call. Sam Dickinson, an interference call. Timo Rakdashel, a roughing call. And of course, Oliver Bonk, the slashing call at the last minute in that period. Solid period once again for goaltender Nico Partak, who's not had necessarily the best tournament so far, giving up the 10 goals against the U.S., but so far tonight hanging tough against the Canadian squad, as we predicted might be the case, as Team Canada obviously gave up a lot of secrets in that game against the side for Latvia there. So sorry, friends, just trying to calculate. It was supposed to be a dinner break here as well. I probably still will, but I just want to quickly recap you on everything that happened in that first period. Germany, to start the period, really led things from the start for about the first 5, 6, 7 minutes. They were doing pretty well. Canada then got a power play at around, where was that? What was that power play? At about the 11-minute mark of the first period, and that led to Oliver Bonk quickly cleaning up with 10-20 to go in the first period, getting the goal. And that allowed Team Canada to really rest on that for the next little bit and ride that wave of momentum. And they did that well until Germany got their power play for, I guess that would have been at that point, Sam Dickinson. That power play really got going for Team Germany. And now we're stuck at 4-on-4, at least for the next about a few minutes, a few moments to start the second period. Friends, I am indeed actually going to step aside and go grab a quick bite to eat. I'm starving, and it's about time, so give me a matter of moments here. Again, if you are new to the channel, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button and staying up to date for the rest of the World Juniors. I know this isn't what you're looking for. I know you want to watch the game. Again, what I will caution right now is if you're looking for the game in Canada, tsn.ca/live, go spend the $19.99 for the next month membership, simply because you'll be able to catch the game New Year's Eve against USA without having to wonder where to watch it. You'll be able to catch the games in the quarterfinals, semis, gold medal game, no matter what Canada does. Even if you get 2 games out of it, it pays for itself in that regard. Plus, you get to watch some lacrosse. Hey, we love lacrosse here in Canada. And as well, if you're in the Sens or Leafs or Habs regions, you get to watch those games as well for free on TSN. So stay tuned, friends. I will be right back. All right, there we go. Food in the belly. We are ready to rock and roll, friends. Let's recap that first period of play that features one goal for either side as Team Canada leads Germany 1-0 after a period of play. Oliver Bonk, the power play goal. Much was made. I'll tell you this. Much was made about Team Canada switching up the power play, adding Sam Dickinson as the quarterback, moving Oliver Bonk to the bumper position, and obviously allowing the other guys to kind of do what they do on the power play well. What that results in for Team Canada is the 1-0 goal that gets us going here in this one. So hopefully for Team Canada tonight, a little bit more goal scoring the rest of the way home to be able to get this job done. Been interesting, I think, to see that Team Canada really hasn't been all that dominant coming out of a game that they really should have. They should have really come out hot and really tried to run the show a little bit here, but it is what it is, and Team Canada is going to have to battle back here in this, well, what is now going to be second period of play. So we're waiting for things to get going here as Team Canada obviously needs a much better result the rest of the way home. So hoping for Team Canada to get the job done here tonight, because then that sets up a victory against the United States, winning them the group. But they've still got a lot of work to do here tonight if they want to earn said victory against the German side, who has, been opportunistic. They've gotten some shots in bunches and then as well taken advantage when they've gotten the power play. So now you just got to wait and see if they can turn the tide for a full little bit of the game and score a goal, or if Carter George is going to again prove to be too much for teams at the World Juniors, who has been pretty phenomenal so far through a period and a game. So we got to get going here as right now we are waiting for tonight's action to get back underway here on the broadcast, friends. The Oilers earlier today, you see all the Oilers stuff behind me, they didn't fare so well. So what I will tell you, again, if you've subscribed and you're waiting for the next World Juniors game, why not head on back to later tonight when I get the post-game reaction up about today's Oilers game. Really a pathetic showing on the mom's trip in Southern California for the Edmonton Oilers this year. One in which they should have fared much better given the fact they were playing a high-caliber opponent like the LA Kings, and the fact that they were also playing a low-caliber opponent on the back-to-back like the Anaheim Ducks. However, the Oilers quite disinterested in doing anything of substance on that road trip, finish with 1 point out of a possible 4, and really cost themselves a chance to advance up the standings on the LA Kings and catch as well the Vegas Golden Knights in the process. So we are waiting for tonight's game to get back underway. Obviously for Team Sweden, they piled up the goals against Switzerland again, but as well, Switzerland did pile themselves up the goals with 5 against Sweden, a 7-5 final there. Czechia versus Slovakia today. This was a game as well that ended right before the Canadian game. Czechia right to the middle of the ice there. A good move and scoring their second goal of the game, which was proven to be a big one because they didn't score their third one until late in the second period. They finished the game 4-2 victors. They moved to 3-0 in tournament action. Tomorrow on Monday, we've got Slovakia against Kazakhstan and Germany against Latvia. Say it ain't so. Basically, the schedule makers made it sure all of us here in Canada and probably in the U.S. as well, going back to work for the full day on Monday, don't have to miss much. And then come New Year's Eve, oh yeah, we're half day and we get back home for action. So it'll be a good evening in North America, that is for sure, for that one on New Year's Eve. Give me another matter of moments, friends. Again, I'll throw up the subscribe ad, but I just got to go blow my nose as I continue to deal with a little bit of nasal congestion here in this holiday season. been a battle this year, but I believe we are on our way, if all goes according to plan here with the World Juniors the rest of the way, to setting records for World Juniors coverage here on the channel. So looking forward to having what will be a really good rest of the World Juniors. It's been fun this year. Actually, it's been, Canada's kind of been subpar, but the rest of the games have been fun to cover as well. And I think things have been kind of pretty awesome actually on your guys' end, showing up here and hanging out with me so far in this World Juniors tournament as we wrap up day number 4. Canada set to get going. Obviously, day 5 they will not play. Day 6 they will play their 3rd or 4th game, and then all of a sudden, there you go, right there we've got ourselves the quarterfinals lining up for, what would that be? Quarterfinals are on Thursday, and then all of a sudden we get into the semis and the final on Saturday, Sunday upcoming. So the week is just about to close out on us here for the World Juniors week 1, at least starting on Boxing Day there on Thursday. It's Sunday now. I hope it's at least Sunday. I hope I didn't miss work today, but you get that drift. Is it's going to be awesome to see Team Canada get going here in this evening, as we'll see. Obviously right now we're waiting here. Just guys, seriously, keep it going. It's fine. It's fine. That said, we are waiting for action to get back underway, and we're about to get going here in action this evening. Here again, as we will see what Team Canada can do in this second period of play. It'll be interesting if this 4-on-4 develops anything here for either side, as hopefully right now Team Canada can get things going in this second period. We need a big result here against Germany, obviously. And if Canada doesn't show up here in this second period, there could be real trouble going into that third period based on what happened against Latvia, right? I don't know if Finland set the precedent. I think Latvia set the precedent here for Canada, and that's the troublesome situation now we find ourselves in. Team Canada set up for the face-off at center ice, as we will see what happens here in this second period of play. Germany kicks it back as Germany off the face-off gets it back inside their own zone with 1:18 to go here in this 4-on-4 as this puck comes around to the near side, as Germany will lift in across the line to the far side corner Canadian zone. Said Oilers zone. I shouldn't have done that Oilers live stream. I knew what I was doing. As this one comes over to the corner now for Germany, it hops off a Canadian defender, and then immediately a turnover there by Canada inside their own zone allows Sump to skate onto it far side as the shot fired towards the net, blocked on its route through. So it comes back down inside the Germany zone as the Canadian player comes crashing into the end wall trying to steal that puck away from Germany, and this will ultimately battle along the near side boards into the Canadians' end as it'll be picked up now by Nadeau. Nadeau skating out with the 4-on-4, right on net. The shot fired there, absolutely blistered by Canada, goes wide, and it ends up back inside Canadian territory here as the puck will roll now near side for Molendyk with 18 seconds to go here in this period. And there's a big, I don't know if that's going to be a trip or a knee, but that play there by the German captain took out the Canadian player, and that will lead to a 4-on-3 for the next 12 seconds. So interesting there, and it'll actually continue the 4-on-4 after that as Molendyk ends up going kind of right off both feet, both feet taken out by the knee there. And we're going to get this opportunity to see this play here as Nadeau rushing down the 2-on-1, puck across, the shot wired, and I think it went off the outside of the post if I'm not mistaken. It did. The outside of the post catches a piece of that puck, and the Canadians came within inches of adding to their lead. Troutman goes off for Germany, a tripping call right there. Germany immediately clears the zone on the 4-on-3 power play for Team Canada. You don't see that all too often, but that's exactly what we got going as we go back to 4-on-4 now for the next 18 seconds before Canada gets to the 5-on-4, as Canada will roll around the neutral zone here and get set up to set up their power play. Catton across the line will get the pass over to Cowan. Cowan will load up the shot, save made by the German goaltender Pertuck, and we'll have a stoppage in play with 1 second remaining in the 4-on-4. 18-17 to go here in this one as Berkeley Catton getting going here for the Saskatoon, Saskatchewan hometown crowd, Spokane Chiefs of the WHL. As we get things rolling here for a face-off inside the German zone. Face-off won there by Dickinson, across over to the far side. Loading down the far side wing, picked up again by Catton as he'll get things going. 18:07 to go. The shot loading there for Dickinson never came. Over to the far side for Cowan. Cowan with 18 minutes to go here in this period. As we are underway, as Cowan fires the shot, save made by Pertuck. He outstretches and then lays down to make the save with 17:55 to go here in this second period of play. 1:08 remaining here in this second period of play as the shot loaded up there and a save made by Pertuck. A big one right there for the German side as that shot came blistering in and Pertuck able to glove it down, or Catton might have been able to deflect it at the side of the net there, as that was a good looking shot. So we'll have a stoppage in play and a redo on the draw here with 1:08 to go on the power play as face off one back by Germany, ripped along the far side boards, chipped there at the blue line by Canada trying to keep it in. Instead it goes all the way back into their own end as Dickinson leads up out of his own end as he'll pick through the neutral zone back into the blue line area for Cowan, across the line over now to Bonk. Bonk back to Dickinson, over to Cowan far side. Cowan looking here, rotating at the top of the zone. Loads up, shoots the puck. And that was a good looking shot from Cowan, just couldn't find the range on it. And this ends up scrumming up in the corner here as a nice play by Ritchie gets it back to Cowan. Cowan over to Ritchie near side dot. He'll load up as Canada continues to not use the one-timer of the defense here very much in this tournament as Dickinson fires the shot to the far side. It goes cleared out by Germany. Down the ice it goes inside Team Canada's end. 16 seconds to go here in the power play as that should pretty much do it for the top power play unit's opportunity here in this one as Cowan will lead over now for Ritchie across the line. I don't know why Canada decided to keep the top unit out there as Nadeau's on the ice now for Canada. Loading up Yager, down low to Cowan. Cowan back to the blue line. Here's Dickinson, the shot through traffic. Trying to find the tip there near side of Cal Ritchie as this will be played back now near side blue line. Yager's trying to keep this one alive. Picked up by Germany. They will look to transition to the far side. That one will not work out. Minio will pick up the puck and play it right in front of the own crease as that could have been a dangerous play if Nadeau had run into traffic. Far side pass over there now for, I believe, Gauthier. As that puck will go rolling along the wall, comes out to the middle of the zone. Germany's able to bust out of their own end as Roos gets it down into the far side. Roos in on net. The shot swallowed up by Carter George, who continues to have himself a tournament so far. 16:02 to go here in this, now the second period of play as we continue along this evening in what has been a good hockey game so far. Friends, thank you so much for being aboard. I want to say a huge thank you to all of you who have hit that subscribe button tonight. I actually haven't checked that yet. Give me a brief moment to do that as we have set the all-time record here on the channel for Germany versus Canada. This is by far and above the best live stream we've had for these two teams as it's a face-off one back by Canada off the draw inside their own end as 15:57 to go here in this second period of play. Leading through the middle of the ice, Germany fires the shot off into the glove of Carter George. We'll have another stoppage in play here with 15:51 to go, closing in on 17,400 subscribers now. Thank you so much, friends, for doing that. Like I said, with 12-11 the shots in favor of Canada, both teams have had a pretty competitive hockey game, pretty balanced hockey game outside of zone time so far for Canada, who has dominated in that regard, as it was Carter George who was named the best goaltender at the 2024 U18 Worlds. He was 6-0 that tournament, so keep that in mind as he's been dominating here for the World Juniors so far. Is backhanded down low by Germany as they win the battle here inside the Canadian zone. Is firing off a possible hold was Luchenko, and then a big time glove save with a lot of daylight open on Ruckteschell Big save there for Carter George, and we'll have another stoppage in play with 15:38 to go here in this second period of play. 905 save percentage this season for Carter George with the Owen Sound in the OHL. So, Fender, where can you watch this game, stream the game? If you're in Canada, go pay for the TSN monthly membership. $19.99 for 1 month gets you access to the rest of the World Juniors for $19.99, and then you have a little bit of access to some lacrosse, some possible Leafs games, some possible Habs games, some possible Sens games as well, if you so choose. So keep that in mind. As here's the puck back to the blue line. Repkov gets it across the line for Luchenko. Luchenko over to Gauthier. Gauthier can't get it through cleanly, and he'll bust down near sideboards now for Minio. Minio, the shot through traffic, as both new additions to the lineup are on the ice here for Canada right now. 15:19 to go here in this second period. The puck is fired back inside Canadian territory as we are trying to wind down the first 5 minutes of this evening's hockey game's second period, as the shot's fired along the end wall, picked up by Pertuck. Pertuck goes around near side. Puck's going to be picked up back to the blue line for Dixon, and the shot through traffic bounces several times, and it's fought off the stick there by Luchenko. 14:54 to go here in this second period of play. Puck continues to battle as to the front. The shot by McKenna goes up over top of the net as he came out of nowhere off the bench to get things going. This one will go over to the far side. Is picked up by Germany around behind now. 14:38 to go here in this second period of play. The puck is tipped in by Germany into the Canadian zone on the clear, and Dickinson kicks it off the boards to Catton as the third line, second line, whatever you want to call the Gavin McKenna line, gets going here as this puck's lifted back into the Canadian zone. Dickinson across now for Pinelli, over to Catton, over to McKenna. McKenna loading up, looking for that pass back to Pinelli. The shot through a little bit of traffic goes wide, and McKenna gathers it up. Here's now Catton, near side shot, twisted off the chest of Pertuck, and Germany will be able to clear back to the blue line, but Canada fires it back down low again as McKenna goes in pursuit. 13:58 to go here in this second period of play as the puck tips across the line. Gotta take a breath as this one's fired back in by Germany yet again. Around to the far side it goes. Bo Akey battling there. He's back on the ice for Canada for another shift as this is picked up by Pinelli. Cross now near side. McKenna the pass to the middle. Almost works it in off a deflection. 13:35, and a deflection off a German player, in fact, not even off of Canada backdoor. As we continue to roll down this second period, all of a sudden a good stretch of straight action here in this second period as Germany across now out of their own zone, transition and zip back inside the Canadian zone. As a nice play right there by Canada, catches Germany sleeping a little bit. Pinelli in on net, spins it around. Nadeau unable to fire the shot as he'll go back to the blue line. The shot by Minio, save made there by Germany as Molendyk will try and play this off the boards. He can't. Big time hit there by Jaeger as this puck's going to be fished out now by Howe to the middle of the ice, tapped onto the stick. A Howe save made by Pertuck. What an unreal one. The puck bounces in behind the net as Germany will try and tap this back out of their zone. Or a couple of passes there will get it at least to the high blue line, and the tap there in the neutral zone gets it out right there. So that's a huge break. 12:39 to go here in the second period of play as Minio rolls it along to the far side across the line. Price can't handle it there. Near side, Minio again will fire it inside the German zone to the far side, picked up there by Team Canada. That turned over immediately, and here comes Germany back the other way, firing it down low. We continue to go end to end to end here in this second period. Canada blowing a tire at their own line. You might need to call Canadian Tire to get that tire refilled as this one comes back now near side from Minio inside his own end. Headman pass right to center ice, cut off by Germany again. We have gone 2+ minutes without a whistle here in this second period of play. Pass to the far side as Minio will once again try to load things up to the far side for Caden Price. Price through the middle for Easton Cowan. Cowan across the line. He is absolutely rocked by the German side at the blue line, and they will try and transition back the other way. We are going to go back and back and back and forth here as a save made by Carter George. Shots now 16-13. Puck comes back to the blue line. Cowan takes another rough ride there as this one's going to come along the near side boards. And both teams still battling here. 11:25 to go in this second period of play. The German players on top of the puck is Hens, and both teams trying to get this one free as It will ultimately work along the end wall. Both teams still engaged in the heavy battle along the end wall, as neither team wants to give an inch inside the German zone. We have gone 3+ minutes without a whistle here in this second period of play, as they might blow this one dead here. No, it's fished out by Ritchie. Ritchie's then swallowed up along the boards and will battle again as both teams winding down clock. Oh my goodness, is Germany ever happy to have this the case? And we'll have a stoppage in play for a high stick now. Tripping call actually coming up against somebody, and we'll have a stoppage in play. Friends, I'm going to quickly run upstairs and take a bathroom break. I'll be Alright, let's get back to action here. Cal Ritchie goes to the box for Team Canada for tripping inside the Germany zone, as we'll try and get things going for the next 10:46 here in this second period to play. The puck's won back by Germany off the face-off. The shot fired is blocked in front by Team Canada with almost 10 minutes to go here in this one, as this will be picked up by Germany inside their own zone to the far side. It goes with 10:30 remaining here in this second period. Across the line, the shot goes wide there for Germany, so they'll be forced to retreat back to the blue line. Worked out there by Ethan, I don't know, is Gauthier? I forget what Gauthier's first name is, but again, trying to get familiar with these kids this year has not been easy, as this one's back across the line. The shot blocked there. Team Canada really hasn't had a ton of goal scoring to talk about, and that's why it's been hard to get familiar with them, as the shot fired through traffic. Save made there, as well as this one goes to the far side. Boards picked up by Germany. Germany's going to load down to the right wing. The shot fired, save made there, left wing, and it's cleared out by Canada, as this one goes back now for Pertuck to leave it there for his defenseman with a minute remaining here in this second period of play. Gibson is injured. Down the tunnel he goes, so Team Canada continues to drop and drop and drop with injuries here. Already missing Matthew Schaefer. Shots directed towards Carter George. He makes the save. Canada is able to clear out of the zone down low all the way over to Pertuck, who will once again leave it there for Handel. Handel will load up through the middle of his zone over to the near side boards across the line. Roos skates it into the Canadian end to the middle of the ice. He directed it, and it's cleared out by the Canadians rather efficiently. Down low again to reset, as Handel will come, take the handoff from Pertuck. 20 seconds to go here in the power play, as we've got 9 minutes remaining in the period now, as this across the line. Germany gets down inside the Canadian territory along the end wall. Ruckdeschell battling for that puck against Bonk. It'll be picked up by Germany. Maybe a call up coming here against Canada. The shot fired off the end wall. Another push and shove there against the end wall there by Canada, as they continue to kind of physically battle the Germans pretty well here this evening. And Germany's had some good hits on Easton Cowan here of recent memory in this second period. Across the line, Canada over to the far side looking for Jaeger. Don't have him, and here comes Germany back the other way. A little bit of a 2-on-2 situation with Luchenko closing in, forcing the dump in. And this one will be back below the goal line now, as this goes back to the blue line. Shot around the boards to the far side. Minio Near side Price will play this one back to the near side boards for Catton. Catton across the line for Pinelli. The shot save made by Pertuck with 8:03 to go here in this second period. Again, friends, if I could show you the game, I absolutely would. Unfortunately, in the country of Canada, the game is copyright material of TSN Sports. I do not have a signed license agreement with TSN Sports to show their copyright broadcast, so unfortunately this is the best I'm allowed to do, and for some of you that's the best you're going to find here this evening. So if it works for you, it works for you, great. If it doesn't, I apologize. Again, I wish I could do more, but again, copyright laws are what they are. I don't feel like I'm dealing with lawsuits today, so it is what it is, unfortunately. Again, tsn.ca/live. If you are inside Canada, go to that website. It's TSN's official live streaming platform. Sign up for the month-long membership. It's $19.99 for the month of January, or whatever's left of December and then January. And go watch the game there, because that'll get you going. Again, outside of Canada, really all I know is the NHL Network has coverage of it, so that would be your case there. But we continue along here, friends, in what is a 1-0 game for Canada over top of Germany. Gibson is back on the ice after taking that little bit of a stinger on the block shot there. He kind of ripped it on the inside of the thigh. That was a sore position to take the puck, that's for sure. So he comes back down the tunnel, and he's looking rather happy to be back on the ice, obviously alongside Jack Ivankovic there. And this has been a big game so far for Germany, who's just a little frustrated as they are trying to get going here. So face off now for Germany in the U.S. or Germany and Canada, sorry. U.S. on New Year's Eve. Shot from Gavin McKenna wide there on the high point ends up blocked in the middle of the ice, and then Canada unwisely tries to keep that puck onside. Gibson tried to fool the linesman. He didn't end up doing it, and that's where we will have a face-off outside the German zone now, with just a few moments remaining here in this second period. 8 minutes or less to go. 7:54 is the official count as we wait for this second period to wind down, and obviously what has been another uneventful period here at the World Juniors for Team Canada. You have to go back to the second period or third period against Finland for an eventful period for Canada outside of getting scored on a bunch. So here we go, face off down by Germany. Across to the far side they go as they fire it in the left wing as it goes bouncing right off the end wall right in front. Molendyk was able to come up with that puck, and now starting away to the far side. Canada transitions it back into the neutral zone right in front of their own bench. Gavin McKenna, a quick no-look pass to Pinelli. The shot off the side of the net, and then a secondary opportunity goes off the side as well. Good opportunity, unfortunately just couldn't cash it home. And now this one's going to come back inside the Canadian zone right onto the tape of Carter George. Molendyk will be swallowed up along the boards trying to handle it from the pass from George. Gibson goes across to the far side. It's going to be cut off by Germany. They'll possess at the blue line, tap it across the line unwisely. Again, a stick flying at the puck, and that throws them offside this time. So, yeah, that's where we're at, unfortunately, here in this second period of play. Canada still failing to find any kind of offense here against Germany. And I mean, I don't know what we're going to end up doing against the U.S. I know Finland just scored 4 on them and won a hockey game in overtime, but this is troublesome at best here. Is this one going along the far sideboards, picked up now by Cal Ritchie. He'll see it across now for Bo Akey near side Dickinson will fire it into the far side corner. Both teams jar up at that puck, and it goes out of play for a face-off inside the German zone. Or are they whistling this player for putting the puck out of play? I'm not sure which, as I think there's a penalty upcoming to Germany here for delay of game, puck over glass, as that one goes into the corner there, and ultimately, yeah, he just guides it straight up out of play, did the German defender. So weird little chop of the puck, and that one goes up and out of play. So we will have a stoppage for a power play for Team Canada, in which they desperately need to find the back of the net here with 6:51 remaining in the second period of play. Szymanski goes to the box. So They got to get this figured out here, or Team Canada is going to have some trouble late in this hockey game. One would almost rest assured, as this puck's won back by Germany. It fired around the boards and back to the blue line. Dickinson keeps it in. Top power play unit back on the ice for Canada, looking to load up. Oliver Bonk in that bumper position right down low now near side. Ritchie looking to the far side. The shot by Dickinson goes through, and it's blocked by the German defenders, so it'll go back inside Canada's territory as Carter George wisely out to play it, leaves it there as Dickinson will load up with 6.5 to go here in the second period. Across the line, Dickinson leaves it off to the on-waiting wing option of Bonk as he gets it back from Bonk, as Dickinson will now rotate with Catton around on the near side. Ritchie looking backwards to Bonk again. Sorry, that's Cowan. Didn't want the one-time option. Blue line pass back to Dickinson. The shot loading here for Cowan. Over to Ritchie, the one-timer. Goes off of the save of Pertuck, I believe, or something. Bounced off of body in front somewhere. Rather cleanly and weakly through. As Cowan again off a body, blocked in front, as this will be picked up by Dickinson. Down low looking for Catton along the wall. I still don't know why they don't have Gavin McKenna out here on this top power play unit. That one baffles me, but it's worked out by Germany back in to the Canadian zone with 5:38 to go here in this second period of play. Dickinson sees it left there for himself as he'll pick it up there from George and bounce it off the wall now for Gavin McKenna, who gets out there with the second power play unit with half a minute remaining here in this second period of play. Gavin McKenna flying into the zone, drags to the middle again, guilty of passing to nobody. And this will be picked up by Mullendijk, who will look to make the play from the blue line over near side. Rekhoff fires the shot, blocked in front. Rekhoff back now for McKenna. McKenna down low, looking for Nadeau. Nadeau across to the middle of the ice. Mullendijk fires the shot, blocked by Germany. Fished out back into the neutral zone. All the way actually goes to Carter George, and he will have to leave it there for Rekhoff, who will have to roll up through the middle as he will leave off there for Mullendijk. The power play now over. 4:48 to go here in this second period of play as Canada continues to get stymied by the defense of Germany and the goaltending, who Pertuck has made 16 saves on 17 shots. You think Canada would have learned their lesson. Just keep pumping the puck on net, as they just didn't learn that after Latvia. As here's McKenna across the line looking to get to the middle of the ice. He is picked off there by the German defenders, and this one works for Pinelli. A pass shot kind of deal off the far pad, couldn't be cashed in far side, as this will be an icing call as Minio comes back into the zone. And with 4:13 to go here in this second period of play, Canada is in a world of trouble again, despite leading 1-0. I honestly, I know the knock against this Canadian team was that they just can't score goals, but again, it's Germany, it's Latvia. You got to figure out an answer somewhere, somehow in the middle of that, and they just have not at all found the goal scoring touch here at this tournament. I combined 7, 8 through 3 games, almost 3 games, 2 games and 2 periods. So 8 periods of hockey, a goal per period is not going to cut it for Team Canada here at this tournament. As the puck over to the far side, picking across the line now. The shot for Pinelli goes up over top of the net, as it'll be bounced now to Gibson. Gibson will see it battled there by Germany. Down low it goes. Canada keeps it in. Baudouin misses the puck, and it'll be freed out now by Germany back into the Canadian zone. Gibson to the far side, picking up near side. Caden Price couldn't get this one going cleanly. It'll be fired back in right there as Gibson will go chasing after it. 3.5 to go in the second period as Canada loads up through the middle of the ice. It'll tip across the line, down low into the German zone for an icing call. It tipped on the wrong side of half, it would appear. And we will have another stoppage and play here in this second period. Again, friends, thanks for being aboard here tonight. Do appreciate you hanging out. If you're looking for a stream that obviously doesn't cost you anything and is not necessarily maybe the worst thing you've watched this Christmas season, consider hitting that subscribe button for the rest of the World Juniors. With that, we get back to action here as Team Canada continues along, as this will be a face-off inside the near side corner for Team Canada at the dot here. 3:28 to go in this second period of play. They wave the player out as Doug, I tend to agree with you. Canada just needs to shoot the puck every opportunity they get. I don't care how many times Pertuck stops you, your likelihood of scoring is only increased by shooting the puck more at this point, given this team's inability to score the goals just based off shooting it at random. So this one's going to be worked out now off the face-off for Canada into the neutral zone on the icing call, as this worked back by Germany almost immediately into their own zone, into possession. 3:15 to go here in this second period of play. Germany will lift up into Canada's zone. Gibson across will backhand it around his own end, hit the referee, and Price has to deal with two German forecheckers on his at both sides there, as the tip through traffic unsuccessful there for Germany. It goes back behind the net as my stream starts to lag out just a little bit here. This one comes down near side for Rekhoff. He'll get it back into the middle of the ice, as this will be picked up by Beaudoin and fired inside Team Canada's offensive zone. A big hit along the wall stung the German player, and this one's going to go back to the blue line. The shot by Dickinson through traffic goes wide of the net here as Canada gets a few chances on net. The shot again goes wide. Another shot, save made that time by Pertuck and cleared out by Germany, which forces an icing on them. And that's good news. Finally, Canada gets things going, and I think that was Gauthier that actually leveled the big hit, and Gautier's loving the little bit of aftermath inside the Germany zone. So there you have it. As awake, good evening to you. As we wait to get things going, as that's a big leveled hit there along the end wall, friends. Thanks for being aboard here today. I do appreciate you hanging out. Like I said, again, this stream's not really possible without you hanging out and making it worth sitting here yammering away doing the play-by-play, right? If nobody's listening, what am I doing? But this evening, a lot of you have been hanging out, tuning in for a long little while. Again, the average view duration on these streams is anywhere between 45 seconds to a minute and a half, and tonight we're pushing the upper limit at a minute 25. So do appreciate the time you've spent with me, even if it is only a minute or two. Do appreciate you hanging out, and for some of you, you've spent a long dang time here tonight, so also appreciate that, as we're up over 435 hours watched on the stream, with 229 as we count down to 2.5 hours streamed here this evening. So yeah, it's been a tough game for Canada so far. They again refuse to shoot the puck in every instance that maybe they should. So at some rate, they will figure that out and start shooting the puck and start delivering us the results that we need here in this tournament. Again, this was supposed to be a game in which you score a lot of goals, and it looks like Gauthier is going to be guilty of retaliation here in front for the play on Trotman. Actually, that's a play behind the net where he just kind of bowled over the player. So we'll have a chance now to have a power play for the for the Germany side, as the puck will be worked out of the zone by Canada back inside the German end, as both teams late here in this second period need an opportunity to score a goal here. Both teams need something. Obviously, Germany looking to tie the game, Canada looking to lead 2-0. Carter George has been unbeaten so far in this tournament here in the preliminary action. So again, he's made consecutive stops. Another one right there. Save is made. His 18th of the night. But $1:52 to go here in this second period of play, as both teams just doing battle here late in this second period to really no result. This second period has almost been a waste of both teams' times, as not much in the way of glorious scoring chances here, as that's a really good one though for Szymanski from the middle of the slot. And you're just waiting. You're waiting for some kind of positive result here for Canada this evening, as we'll have a face-off for Jet Luchenko to the right of George with $1:52 to go here in this second period of play. As this will be bounced off the boards, and Nadeau fires it out into the middle of the ice. Here's now Pertuck. Pertuck rolls it around to the far side, picking up Germany. Sumpf will try and make this play out from behind his own net. Loading up near side point, loading along the near side wall now. Sumpf across the line. He was dragged down to one knee, but he was able to keep the puck going in a positive direction for Germany, as they just outman Canada inside their own zone here, as this puck goes back to the blue line near side. Sumpf will fire the shot up over top of the net, and this will be across to the far side. Germany able to keep it in, dumping it down low behind the net again near side. The puck rolls with 46 seconds of power play time left for Germany inside Almost the last minute to go here in the period as the shot fired by Sumpf misses the glove of George, misses the goal as the shot fired again. Goes wide of the net and is picked up now by Germany as they turned that puck over to Canada high in their zone. Canada was trying to get a chance down the ice to get it clear, but just rolled off their sticks. 45 seconds to go here in the second period to play across the line. The shot fired up over top of the net by Germany again. And if they could hit the net, they might have a goal here in this hockey game as this one comes back in behind the net. Pertuck will roll around back to the near side point as Ruck Deschel rolling it down low. 1 second to go in the power play. It's up and over. Really not much of substance there for Germany on that power play as this will be fired back down low inside the Canadian zone. One shot on said power play, but no goal, no nothing to really show for it. No scrambles in the crease as Dickinson across the line has iced the puck for Team Canada with 9.5 seconds to go in this second period of play. So we will have one more face-off, and then that should do it for this second period of Sumpf. A great shooting opportunity goes up over top of the net just like that. And Sumpf has 37 points in 29 games played in the QMJHL this year. So keep that in mind. The man can score. As this will be a face-off inside the German zone now. It's both teams battling for it here. Baudouin trying to tie it up. He'll get it going, battling into the corner, off the glass, out to center ice, and that will do it here for this second period of play, friends. Thank you so much for being aboard so far. I do appreciate it. I'm going to go quickly run upstairs and grab another bite to eat, a refilled water bottle, and a washroom break. So we'll be right back here on Dolynny TV. Thanks for being aboard. All right, friends, let's do this second intermission time for Team Canada and Team Germany in a world of trouble. I mean, what has Team Canada had going offensively today? It has been an absolutely nightmare show. I mean, the Oilers barely showed up to their own game today and still managed more offensively against an Anaheim Ducks team that, again, comparatively, right? Oilers against Ducks versus Canada versus Germany should be a pretty comparable matchup. And by no means has it been one of the same, even if Canada doesn't feel like winning this game, at least make it interesting. And that has not been the case so far. It has been a tough game to get through so far as a Canadian fan. Just simply sitting here, like the expectations every year are sky high on this team. But the overpassing, the over complication of some of the shots on goal and stuff from Team Canada, they just got to simplify out there and get this job done, because it's been kind of an embarrassing effort so far through two periods for Team Canada, struggling to a 1-0 lead, right? We're winning this hockey game, and I think it's embarrassing at this point, so that's got to say something as well. Oliver Bonk does have the lone goal of the hockey game. That came with 10 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the first period, assisted by Easton Cowan and Berkeley Catton. And that's the thing, right? You already played 3 games now, and Easton Cowan, who is supposed to be this big tournament MVP possible kind of player, has 2 assists. Seriously, I'm not kidding you. 2 assists. So that's where we're standing at. Berkeley Catton picked up his first assist, Bonk his first goal, and the power play unit just figured things out for the first time in a long while. I'll be right back, friends. Stay tuned. I'm just going to go grab my water bottle rather quick. All right, friends, let's do this. Let's finish off this first period intermission where we don't have second period intermission. There we go. Hindsight being 2020, not much to like about this hockey game so far for either side in terms of the goal scoring quantity, but for Team Canada, the goal scoring overall is a likable factor, being up 1-0. That said, given the lessons learned from Latvia the last game, I really don't like where this Team Canada team is sitting right now. Given that Germany has gotten some good chances on net. Thankfully, the Team Canada squad does have Carter George in net this evening, which gives me a little bit more faith, a little bit more hope that we can hold on and get something done here this evening against Germany, whereas Carter George last game out had a shutout against Finland, so you gotta like that. Again, Canada's been kind of unlucky, some pucks going beside the net and whatever, but they gotta come up with an effort here in this third period to win this hockey game, or there is going to be a whole bunch of hoopla about it. I will tell you that much for sure. So looking forward to seeing what is about to happen. Again, friends, we also have to recap today's Oilers game later on today, so I encourage you to come back and tune in for that as we go for what should be a good recap. I mean, an embarrassing effort on that front for the Oilers. 1 point out of a 4 possible against two games where you play the LA Kings and the Anaheim Ducks back to back, and neither of those teams looked great, and you still choked away 3 out of 4 points. So rough go. Team Canada has had the puck in the offensive zone almost for an entire period at this point. Team Germany at 12 minutes and 40 seconds as well. 9-9 the slot shots. Like, realistically, Team Germany is far from out of this game, and Canada just refuses to find a way to win a hockey game at this point. So little bit of an issue. I know, like, they are winning, but again, outright winning is a whole different thing here for Team Canada, and we're just waiting for that to happen this evening. So we are about set to get this third period back underway here in about a minute or two, one would assume, as we just go to the final commercial breaks here again on the broadcast over on TSN. If you are wondering where to watch tonight's game, friends, if you go to tsn.ca/live here in Canada, you should be able to find the way to access a $19.99 per month membership for TSN. What I will tell you is do that. It'll get you through the next game, the New Year's Eve game against Team USA, and then of course the quarterfinals as well. Beyond that, I don't know what's guaranteed for this Team Canada squad, because they have really failed to get anything going out there in the first 3 games overall, right? Even that Finland game, they should have had a lot more and didn't. So tough situation all around, but right now they just got to hang on and hopefully get this job done here in tonight's action to set up an interesting New Year's Eve matchup. So waiting for this evening's action to resume here, friends, as we are just set up for one last final period of hockey, unless we go to overtime and a shootout again. That is possible that we might have to go do all that over again here against Team Germany, just like we had to against Latvia. So hopefully not the case, but very well could be again here this evening in a game where Team Canada just outright hasn't come committed to win a hockey game. Now, that's not to discredit Germany's side. Germany has done a well dug in defensive effort, gotten great goaltending from Pertuck, all the 9 yards involved in that. But again, for Team Canada, you just got to start scoring. That's all it comes down to. That's where we're frustrated. That's why we're angry. And so far, not really much in the way of that happening here in this tournament so far for Canada. So we'll stay tuned and see what happens as Kevin Fiala has found a way to score against Philadelphia. That really sucks, because now Los Angeles should, with a win today, jump ahead of the Edmonton Oilers in the standings, which really, really sucks. But I guess it is what it is. As let's see what we got going on here. The Canadian team is more connected tonight. What is holding them back is the outlet ability of the defense group. Lots of out-of-glass. No, that's true. Might get worse because this coaching staff has piled on heavy minutes to 3D, and the legs may be wary, which is a concern as well, right? You think you've seen Oliver Bonk play a lot this game. You've seen as well Gibson and Molendyk play a lot throughout the tournament so far. So I'm not sure if Team Canada necessarily, like I said, is going to be able to survive on a 1-0 lead. And as much as the defense might be a concern here, according to Bruce Kurlock of the Oilers Nation, I think the bigger concern here for Team Canada is the fact that this team just refuses to help themselves out offensively to be able to win a hockey game. So maybe, just maybe, the offense can show up and score a couple of goals and make it easy on their defenders. That would be a benefit for sure, but right now you got to wait and see if that ends up being the case here this evening against Germany. So waiting to stay tuned here in this game. Obviously, Porter Martone, another draft eligible player here for Team Canada, is out of the lineup this evening in place of Carson Reckhoff. So this is kind of where things have been interesting to that degree for Team Canada. Is they have a lot of pieces to play with on this roster, and I don't know if they have the roster necessarily, even with all the extra pieces, to make something happen. Team Canada will take on Straubing Tigers at the Davos Cup semifinals on Monday. That's a game you can watch on TSN as well. Don't forget, that's one thing you can do. TSN has the Spangler Cup as well. If you want to go out there and watch Captain Sam Gagner hang out and enjoy himself a good hockey game in Davos, Switzerland, you can do that as well. So Friends, we are going to go take one last commercial break, it looks like, here before we get to the broadcast. So I will go quickly run upstairs, use the washroom, and be right back with you. All right, the official shots after 20 and 40 minutes of play being played. Well, friends, how about this? 9-9 after 20, 10-9 after 2, which means 19-18 the Canadians lead after a grand total of 40 minutes of play. Thanks for being aboard here, friends. We are about to settle up this third period between Canada and Germany, as it has been a penalty-filled hockey game so far. It's been a rough hockey game. It's been a kind of physical, chippy game at times, and it's also been a game in which Team Canada just has not done enough so far to win a hockey game this evening, and we're hoping they can show up with an effort that gets this job done here in this third period. I know they're winning 1-0. I understand that. I get that 100% completely, but it's just, again, holding on to a 1-0 lead with a defense that is tuckered out after a lot of good, bigger guys playing a lot of minutes, and Bo Akey being your seventh defenseman, not seeing a ton of ice time, and you're going to depend on him to cover up and win you the hockey game on the blue line alongside Sorminio, who just came along for the ride here tonight. I don't like that plan. So for Team Canada, they got to get this job done, score some goals, and win this hockey game by at least 2 or 3, as this one's going to be down the left wing, tipped on into the zone, is coming along for an icing call as Germany just quickly got back. Molendyk guilty of the icing there. 19:52 left in this third period of play. So we're waiting for things to get back underway here in this third period. So as we are obviously 1-0 the lead for Canada inside their own zone, the face-off to the right of Carter George here, as this will be won back by Germany off the draw. The shot fired, save made by George, who has been absolutely lights out for Canada, or else this tournament is upside down. I tell you that much. As this along the wall now, Molendyk leaning into his man. He's had a long night already, and he's been stressed out throughout this tournament, playing a lot of heavy minutes, as Sumpf is battling there, Seidel in there as well. Both teams battling, not giving an inch along the board. Battle trying to dig this one out. The puck's moving, and along to the far side, Gibson's got it backhanded along the wall. Worked out there by Canada back to the blue line. It came by Germany, a good pass as they get across the line, poking it past Rupkov here, or sorry, Ritchie, as it ends up back inside the German zone on a good play by Ritchie on the second effort, as this one's picked up now near side boards inside the German zone by the guys in white, black, and yellow tonight, as its puck is flipped across the Canadian line, bouncing there as Germany settles it down to the far side corner it goes. And Oliver Bonk will flip it out into the neutral zone for Howe. Howe across the line for Nadeau. He's swallowed up there by the Germany defense, and now Jaeger's chasing after this one alongside Howe, as this puck will be worked through the middle of the ice now. Germany across into the zone, firing it right onto the belly of Carter George, he plays it away with the stick as Bonk goes now. A nice play to Nadeau. Nadeau along the near side boards will work. Cut there. Back to the blue line. Across the line. Offside. Price handles the puck with 18:22 to go here in this second or third period. And again, the discombobulation that has followed this Team Canada squad all tournament continues to be the case here. Has a little bit of cause for concern. Continues to creep on in with every passing minute in this third period. Puck back to the blue line of the German squad as it ends up back punched into their zone. Far side, they punch it out to the far side benches, and it goes down to Carter George again on the dump in as Price will roll around behind his own net. Now exactly 18 minutes remaining here in this third period of play as the puck comes to the near side for Berkeley Catton and loading up across the line. The shot through traffic goes wide of the net now, loading up Pinelli trying to get this down to Catton, who Catton and McKenna are the two most dangerous weapons so far in this tournament for Team Canada, as this is going to go back down low into the end of the zone there for Team Canada for an icing call, I believe. Leafs Nation, I still in denial that this is not the worst Team Canada World Junior team of all time. Well, here's the problem. The tournament's not over. That is the issue. Is as bad as they have been, if they end up winning the quarterfinal, then they are better than last year's team, which also really sucks. So I'm not sitting here passing judgment for final yet, but this is really looking uglier and uglier by every single period played here by Team Canada as Gibson fires the shot off the arm of the Canadian, or off the German goaltender, sorry, as this one goes wrapped around there. Save made again on the wraparound by Gavin McKenna as it goes to the far side boards. Canada a couple of opportunities on net here. Catton plays it down low near side in front. The pass not connecting there for Gibson, nor connecting at the blue line for Canada, so it comes back into the Canadian zone with 17:15 to go here in this third period. This will be picked up in their own zone. Canada will rip ahead. Tipped there by Cataford. A good tip to avoid icing dutifully for Canada with 17 minutes exactly remaining here in this third period of play as the puck comes back to the near or far side boards. Flipped in by Germany for an icing call. Oh boy. I am telling you, staying up till 4 a.m. last night is starting to hit me like a wall right now, that's for sure. Didn't expect that, but it is starting, my eyes are drained staring at the TV for the second hockey game of the day. The Oilers really, really failed to show up in an effort today against the Anaheim Ducks, and we still got to talk about that after this game. So this one will be blue line here for Canada. A shot loading in from Bonk, goes around to the far side, back to the blue line again. Far side, the shot comes through traffic, kind of avoids the net completely, and Bonk tries to keep it in here as it goes back near side corner, wrapping around the zone, coming back now to the blue line near side. Bonk to Luchenko as this puck just, again, the direction and the movement by Team Canada this game has been good at times and terrible at others, as they again offside there, forced out into the neutral zone. They've been in the new offensive zone a lot of the game, they just haven't been able to do anything with it. As to the far side, Germany in behind the net now, trying to load up the attack out from behind their own end. Germany has had about half the zone time Canada has had, and has the equal amount of shots as that one down to Carter George, fired off the boards. Canada trying to transition out back the other way. The odd man rushes for Canada really haven't been that prevalent either, as this one's battled there by Germany, defending well against Canada into their zone, and this will be loading up. Ruck to Shell along the near side wall, trying to get out of his own end. He gets it into the Canadian territory, but that's as far as it goes. It's punched back out by Canada into the near side zone, picked up by Ruck to Shell again along the wall there. And it looks like we're going to have a stoppage and play, a possible penalty upcoming to Canada. Give me a second here, friends. I'm going to go try blow my nose again. The nasal congestion is something fierce here this year. at the holiday season as Canada again denied on an opportunity there. Shots now 21 apiece between Canada and Germany as the puck, no penalty on that play by the way, ends up going rolling through the neutral zone for Germany across the line. They have it tapped off their sticks near side. The puck comes to Germany at the blue line inside the Canadian zone. The shot fired. Goes wide of the net now. Tanner Howe headmans through looking for Bradley Nadeau, who, I mean, for playing pro hockey this year, really has not looked that impressive at all. That one's definitely a not so great pick. Here's Yeager over to Nadeau, loading up the shot. Dickinson is denied in the middle of the ice. One-timer from the slot as that shot there from Bonk comes through traffic over to the far side boards for the shot. It never ended up hitting the net, and now Germany chasing it around inside their own end here, as this will be worked back into the middle of the ice. Canada near side. Bonk will rip it up the ice. Picked up now Pinelli fires the shot. Save made again by Pertuck, and now Gavin McKenna has the shot from Berkeley Catton, hit him in the boots, as this one will be picked up and across the line. Here comes Canada again. The shot fired towards the net goes wide. 14:08 to go here in this third period of play. McKenna sees Catton pick it up. Pinelli at the blue line will fire the shot through traffic, goes wide of the net there, and it goes to the far side boards for Germany to be able to exit their zone with 13:55 to go. I mean, this period's been all Canada by the seams of it, but really in terms of scoring goals, it hasn't been. 1-0 though, the lead remains for Canada. Here's Price back to the blue line for Pinelli, over to Price again. Price will fire, hesitate, the shot comes through, traffic in front, Pertuck's down. Save is made, and Catton is being leaned on here. Puck is still loose by the seams of it, and Pertuck's now got the puck underneath his blocker, glove, or something. We have a stoppage in play here in this third period of play. So off the crossbar shot there. So oh boy, this third period continues to go exactly how the rest of the hockey game has gone so far for Canada, and that is not necessarily a good thing, as both teams just grinding out a 1-0 hockey game here, which has not really given us anything. As Bo Akey is just not getting any ice time for Team Canada, and Dave Cameron refuses to make any line adjustments here in this game. So right now, basically no physicality from Team Canada in this third period. Alternatively as well, really nothing that's gone right for Team Canada in this third period in terms of goal scoring. It's a 1-0 game and we're all losing our minds. I understand that. But this has been this is just tough right now for Team Canada, and they gotta find a way to push through it. That's really what it comes down to, is Dan Minio, Sawyer's father, in the stands here tonight, seeing his kid in action. Sawyer's mom's down in the stands somewhere else, as we continue to wait for this period to get back underway here. Face off now for Cal Ritchie in the top line for Team Canada. This will be Baudouin going in the corner. It'll be rolled back into the neutral zone. Canada leading 24-21 in shots, but really what that's going to do for Canada, I'm not too quite sure, as this one's going to be worked now by Ruck Deschel out of the German zone to the far side. It goes tapped down there by Canada and fired back in by Germany. 13-10 remaining here in this third period of play. And the shot fired by Germany goes just wide. Sorry, I had to take a moment to register that they almost tied the hockey game right there on that shot, as it's going to be played down near side. Sump in the middle, can't get that puck through cleanly. Looking for a pass or something to hit and connect in the middle of the ice, as Mullendijk trying to battle here off the wall. Can't quite do it, and Gibson's going to come to the near side, battling there. Team Canada is able to get it out of the zone. Ritchie back the other way. 2-on-4, Canada. Baudouin across the line, looking back to the blue line. That puck comes out of the zone with 12.5 to go here in this third period of play. Cowan across the line. Baudouin tries to rip this shot towards the net, can't do it. 12:26 as time continues to wind down here on Canada. The puck is iced by Germany, and friends, give me a second here. I just gotta, oh no, that puck wasn't iced by Germany, never mind. as Price will continue here with 12:13 to go in this third period. He'll skate through the middle of the ice as time continues to wind down on Canada. He sees it tipped up over play, and then he smacks it out of midair around the boards, off the glass, and in behind the net it went, as Germany will pick this one up and get going from behind, as Hens trying to come up. He will fire it back down low and try and get it out here. Sorry friends, just need to catch my breath. A lot of fast-paced action here all of a sudden as Canada back at their own blue line, as Price will bounce it into the neutral zone, battling off the wall there. Gauthier, this puck's picked up by Germany as it's tapped out again by Canada, and across now. Cataford's going to come chasing after it against Pertuk. He's not going to be able to get anywhere near the net. This will be battled now by Luchenko, who will tap it back inside the zone. Big hit there, sent the German player losing a glove. 11:20 to go here in this third period of play time. I just cannot believe it is winding down so fast against Canada. It's not even funny. As this puck comes across the line now for Nadeau, he rushes into it, rips it around the near side boards, picked up by Yager. Yager's going to go in behind for Howe. 11:03 to go in this third period of play. Puck comes back to the blue line now. The shot from Bonk goes through traffic. Nadeau goes down, trying to rip that shot on net, and we have a stoppage in play with 10:53 to go in this third period of play. If Canada cannot solve Pertuk here, yes, it feels like a game they can win 1-0, but I don't like their odds, as that opportunity right in front there for Germany off a botched play behind the net by the defense and Carter George, and the shot goes off and over top of the net, as that is a big time shot off the arm that could have either broke to the back of the net or broke in over top, and it broke in over top with 10:53 to go here in this third period of play. Canada draws in for the face-off inside the German zone. It's lost by Berkeley Catton, worked out back into the neutral zone here by Germany, as it comes freely by Canada back into the German end. Pitch and catch, and out of the zone they go D to D. As Catton will cut it off and go back near side now for Gibson, who almost gives it away to the Germans, but it'll be picked up and fired back in by Pinelli this time, as he will get it down low behind the net, and Canada just doesn't seem to have anything left in their game here. I know it's 1-0, but you've got to be kidding me here. This is not the best we can muster. Is it across the line now? In on the attack. Catton to the shot. Save made by Pertuk again. And the rebound is kicked out as this puck comes down the ice. And this will go down below the goal line for an icing call, as that is a stoppage on Catton. He comes cutting through, and Catton makes the shot happen on Pertuk, but ultimately just a stop made that again keeps us going at this 1-0 game. 10:06 to go here in the third period of play. Price fires the shot. It's blocked in front. Battling along the end of the wall here. Canada trying to keep this puck going now. Picked up by Yager. Yager will load to the middle of the ice. The shot loading here for Price, as he looks to survey through traffic. The shot blocked in front. And this will be Germany firing back the other way, as Price will see it come chasing down into his own zone. No icing call upcoming here against Germany, as they will fire now near side as they come rushing into that puck. Canada's got it now, as Nadeau will try and stick his way through the neutral zone over now near side. Howe's not ready for it, and just the level of disconnection on this Canadian squad has been brutal to watch all game. I feel like banging my head off the table here in front of me, as this is picked up by Price. Price will come near side for Howe over to the far side. 9 minutes to go here in this third period of play, as this puck is picked up by Bonk. Bonk fakes the shot, now picking it up Nadeau. As zone time continues, Bonk fires the one-timer. It's blocked in front. The shot will be worked now by Nadeau off the end of the net. Again, just brutal. 8:53 to go here in this third period of play. I know we're winning, but again, New Year's Eve looms large as the puck goes over to the far side. Puck now picked up by Germany in the neutral zone. Across the line, the shot fired towards the net goes up over top, as Cowan will battle it back to the blue line, turn it over there. 8.5 minutes to go here in this third period of play. Give me a second here, friends. Sorry, give me a sec. I am just, something is not quite right. Cowan just ripped a shot on Pertuck. The shot save is made, and we have a stoppage in play here. With 7:55 to go in this third period of play. Sorry, friends, just something is not quite right with this nasal congestion tonight. It is killing my head, giving me quite the headache. So we're battling through. My apologies. It has been a rough couple of streams here for these Canadian games so far, trying to battle through the nasal congestion, but it's getting better and better by the day. Today's been about the best day so far, so that's at least a welcome thing. But right now, Canada still unable to solve Pertuck in scoring that opening power play goal. It's just been a weird one so far here in this hockey game. As both teams battling for every inch on the ice out there, and they haven't really gotten much in the way of a goal opportunity for either team. I know Pertuck's made a couple of bigger saves here in this period, but still Canada's got to step up here in this the third period. So 1-0, need more out of them. But hopefully things get going here for Team Canada as fans on looking here in the stands, holding tight, right? It's good vibes only at Canadian Tire Center, but you know, look at some of those faces, just a little discontent with what we got, as we got 8 minutes or so to go here in this third period to try and win this hockey game. Still the shot loaded up there. Pertuck makes the save with 7:47 to go here in this third period to play. Friends, I cannot get comfortable in this damn chair today. For some reason or another, I've been fighting it all day. 7:47 to go in this third period to play, as Canada did win that face-off to get the shot on net and the shot they wanted, but they just couldn't fire it home, as Gauthier just couldn't quite cash it there at the side of the net. As now Luchenko will load up again for another opportunity off the draw. Luchenko battling in behind the net, will go back to the middle of the ice. It goes out of the zone again. Another play at the blue line where the Canadians just can't keep the puck onside. A brutal showing in that regard here this tournament so far, as the shot by Gauthier again denied. Canada starting to get back to what they need to do, which is just shoot the puck and hope a bounce goes in. As we got 7.5 minutes remaining here in this third period of play, Canada rolling around the top of the zone to the far side, picking it up. Gauthier in on the attack here. Backhand shovel goes up over top of the net. 7:13 remaining here in this third period of play, as time again continuing as Canada rolls around the offensive zone to wind down the shot. Save made. Rebound goes wide of the net. And Canada still trying to figure this puck out again. Discombobulated at the blue line again. 6:56 to go. Maybe try the glasses, Tice. As we've got a lot of hockey action here in this one that just hasn't resulted in anything good. Another short side shot there for Canada goes wide of the net, as this one's picked up now by McKenna in behind the net with 6:40 remaining here in the third period. Canada could play the whole rest of the third period in the offensive zone and probably not win this hockey game straight up 2-0, as the shot through traffic, gloved, speared there by Pertuck, and we'll have a stoppage in play with 6:28 to go. So we continue to wait for a result here in tonight's action, friends, as we wind down towards the end of the hockey game. We are sitting here rolling at a grand total of 562 hours on the stream, so thank you for spending your evening with me. Thank you for being aboard here this evening, as Canada's got to desperately get in gear here. I know they're up 1-0, but you can't defend a 1-0 lead and expect to win at the World Juniors. So 6:28 to go. Canada's got some goal scoring to do here in this third period. 34-22 the shots. It's all been Canada here in this third period to play. Germany's had 4 shots, Canada 15. as they win the face-off back. Far side point pass as it's going to be tipped down low again, as here's now an opportunity for Howe to roll around out of the corner. Howe looking to the near side point for Bonk. Bonk fires the shot, faked it actually, and will fire again off the tape of Howe down low. 6:12 to go here in this third period as the puck is cleared out by Germany once more. 6:08 to go in the third period now as this puck bounces around the zone and fired to the far side there by Nadeau across to Howe. Howe trying to get swallowed up there as he gets taken down to the ice. Jaeger trying to come in and forecheck his way back into getting puck possession. Can't do it. Puck goes to the far side for Dickinson. Dickinson around behind the net will wrap it. Now for Bonk. 5:45 to go here in this third period to play. Loading up. Near side Ritchie across now for Cowan. And Cowan will get it down low to Pertuck. The puck along the wall. Ritchie wins the battle and ties it up here along the end wall. It battles off the back of the net. 5:28 to go here in this third period of play. Battling to the middle of the ice. That will chip up off a stick and out of play for Team Germany and Musenberger. So we have a stoppage here in the third period. Friends, give me a moment. I'm going to go refill the water bottle in case we end up going overtime. Again, if you're new to the channel, potentially consider sticking around and subscribing for the rest of the World Juniors. Why not? All right, we're waiting for this one to get back underway, friends. We've got just a few minutes to go here in this third period of play. World Championship Group A is the United States standing atop at 7 points with 2 wins and an overtime loss. Canada can join them right there if they win this hockey game this evening. But again, Germany could say a lot about it, as this puck's played now by Reckhoff. Sorry, not Reckhoff. I keep wanting to say Reckhoff. No, that was Ritchie across the line. He's got it in the far side corner, picking it up there. Beaudoin's going to see it worked back now to the blue line for Minio. Minio over to Price near side. Price will fire the shot through traffic off the back of the goaltender into the net. It goes. It went off the backboards, off of the back pad of Pertuck into the back of the net. There is your insurance marker for Team Canada with exactly 5 minutes to go here in the third period of play. That one counts, and that is a big one. That's exactly what we needed here late in this third period, as the top line for Canada finally scores a goal. As walking the line, the shot by Price goes off the back of the skate of Pertuck into the net. That is huge, huge, huge. That is a bounce and a half, though. Oh my goodness. Wow. That is what we needed. All day, all night, all game long. Team Canada finally gets the bounce to go in the back of the net. Price finds it from the point. It was going to take a bounce to score that next one, and we did. This puck punched to the near side. Germany across to the far side boards, trying to get the pass through the neutral zone. Couldn't quite do it. 4:58 to go here in this third period of play. Puck is played down low inside the German zone. 4:40 now remains in this third period of play. Picking it up now is Gauthier for Canada as time continues to wind off the clock here in this third period of play. Canada just got to skate around with it here. Just walking around. My head hurts after watching this game. Seriously, I've got a terrible headache because this game has been absolutely brutal from a Canadian standpoint. 4:25 to go in this third period of play, as that is a big goal for Canada. Battle in front ends up knocking the man down, and then Pertuck Sees it go off his skate blade into the back of the net. What a bounce there for Canada. That is such a lucky one. We are so lucky to have gotten it, that's for sure. As we'll have 4:25 to go here in this third period of play. As this one will go back behind the net, picking it up back to the blue line. It's fired out by Germany. 4:15 remaining here in this third period of play. The puck battling there, fired in near side for Germany, as this will be picked up by Dickinson. 4:03 to go here in this third period of play. Rolling up the middle of the far side boards. Bradley Nadeau now picks it up for Bonk near side. Bonk through traffic, fires it, and Pertuck will tuck it into the hip pocket for a stoppage in play with 3:51 to go. This is going to be worked along the blue line. They're showing that highlight by Price, just walking the line and then ultimately firing the shot. What an awesome shot there, and everybody in the stands reacting to that one for sure. As it has been a heck of a hockey game so far in terms of pure offense for Canada that hasn't led to goals. 3:51 to go here in this third period of play. Ritchie off the face-off wins it back to the far side. It goes. Germany will battle right up the gut. Picked up by Canada. Cowan looking to turn it back. Will fire it back inside the German zone. The puck goes into the bench, and we'll have another stoppage in play with 3:39 to go here in the third period. Oh. Sorry, friends. The nasal pressure is pretty intense here tonight. Again, staying up till 4 in the morning on a Saturday night is not an advisable thing to do, I'll tell you that much, but we're trying to survive here to finish off the stream this evening as the shots fired in by Gibson with 3:36 to go here in this third period of play, as this one's going to be worked behind the net now, picked up by Germany to the middle of the ice as both teams trying to battle this puck free. As it goes now for Germany down the right wing, battling towards the front. Carter George slaps it away and then covers up the puck, as Germany will pull the goaltender here with 3:18 to go in this third period of play. 35-23 the shots on net for Team Canada, as we will have a timeout here for the Germany side. Give me a sec here. I'm going to just quickly again put you on. All right, the timeout winds down. Shall we do this, friends? Last little gasp of this third period. Let's get it done. Team Canada against Germany with 3:18 to go here in this third period. Empty net for Germany as they look to cash in the offensive zone faceoff here against Team Canada. Both teams battling to what has been a 2-0 game so far. 3:18 to go now in this third period. We will see who can do what as this game winds down here in this third period, as the face-off between Howe and Sumpf on the draw. Battle is won there by Germany. Into the corner it goes, along the wall, battling for it. Germany will play it now behind the net, looking to make this play along the wall to the far side corner. Back to the blue line it goes. Germany setting up the attack with 3:05 to go. The puck is missed at the blue line. We will reset inside the neutral zone all the way back into Germany's end, actually, with 2:55 remaining now in the third period to play as this puck across the line. Sumpf fires the shot towards George. He'll fire for the goalie goal. George going. Does he have the draw weight? No, he doesn't. It will be an icing call against Canada, as George had an opportunity to knock down that puck and go for the goal. What an opportunity that would have been, and what a moment at the World Juniors that would have been as well, as George picked that puck up and he thought he had it, but it just kind of hung up in the air and bounced to the left. as Carter George's dad stood up and thought, maybe we're going to have a goal here. As Wake, thank you so much for hitting that super chat button, my friend. Appreciate that. So I don't know if we've got a goal here or what, but appreciate that. As we'll go here to 242. Appreciate it. Sorry, I'm half dead here tonight, but $10 on the board. Thank you so much. Do appreciate that very much. As this puck's going to be punched out. Here's the shot by Germany. Save made by Carter George, and we will have a stoppage in play here with 2:34 to go in this third period. Jackson, welcome aboard. As the chat comes alive here late in the hockey game. It's 2-0 the score as Carter George continues to make saves. 25 of them so far in the hockey game as he's looking on to the left-hand side. Trying to shake things up here as Baudouin will take the face-off against Germany. Now the shot loading up through traffic goes wide of the net. 2.5 minutes now remain in this third period to play as time winds down. Here's Luchenko down the right wing, or left wing, can't get in there and can't get the goal on the empty net. As here's now pass to the near side for Germany, battling along the wall. Bonk's got it. He's going to free it back into the neutral zone. 2:12 to go here in the third period to play. Canada trying to come up with this puck desperately inside the German end to end it 3-0. As here's now a chance for Gauthier to come up with it. As Germany doing a good job defending the empty net, a lot better job defending the empty net than the Oilers did earlier today, as this puck's going to be flipped back towards the net for Canada as this worked out, bounced off the boards into the neutral zone, hit the linesman in fact. $1:40 to go here in this third period to play, picking up pace now. Here's Germany across the line, cut off by Jäger. We've got $1:30 remaining in this third period to play, friends. Wind it down. Puck goes into the corner behind the Canadian netminder George as this one goes along the near side boards, picked up there by Germany, fired to the far side corner again, and they'll meet it here in the middle of the ice, battling for it. Canada through the middle of the ice, trying to get this job done. Puck played to the middle, can't do it, and this will be Germany with the puck with 1:07 to go here in this third period to play, battling along the end wall. Germany to the far side boards will pick up and roll out of their own zone. 59 seconds to go in the hockey game, slamming it in. Germany is with 55 seconds to go here in this third period to play. Puck rolls around to the top blue line. Germany keeps it in there at the line for a brief moment. Canada able to get it out. Here's Jäger with the puck, looks near side. The pass through the middle, cut off there by Germany on the shot attempt as this got 40 seconds remaining here in this third period to play. Time is of the essence for Germany across the line, cut towards the net, blocked there. 30 seconds to go. Puck is lost for a brief second behind the Canadian net, and it's worked out to the far side boards, back out into the neutral zone. 22 seconds to go here in the third period of play is picked up by Germany to the far side. We've gone a long sequence of this third period without a whistle now. 14 seconds to go. That should do it. George out to play at 8 seconds. He will fire it along the wall out into the neutral zone. The shot attempt towards the empty net, scores. That is it. We have got this done. Third goal for Canada, seals it with the empty net. And we will get this done with 2.4 seconds to go. Oliver Bonk and the crew on the ice for that goal get the job done here late with 2.4 seconds to go, friends. Thank you so much for spending your evening with me. Canada has just won this hockey game 3-0 late in this third period. And what an unbelievable turn of events is that shot, I believe, from Cataford finds the back of the net, and the 13th forward earlier in the tournament is able to score the goal. Actually, that was Bonk. Maybe, I don't know who scored that. I don't know. We'll find out eventually here in a second. But Carter George, congratulations on your second shutout of the tournament here. As Cataford, I believe, might have been the goal scorer still. I think I saw him shoot the puck. It was Matthew Cataford. Time winds down. The clock is done. Team Canada has won the hockey game, friends. That will do it this evening. Thank you for being aboard again. Thanks to Awake for the super chat. But friends, that'll do it for me. Again, if you're new to the channel, come on back. New Year's Eve, hit that subscribe button. Come on back and let's do this thing one more time. But for right now, have a great night. I bid you adieu.